Rams pregame show starts now.
And good afternoon. We welcome you out to Brennan Klein Memorial Field today for your Landers Collision Center pregame show. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. As the Mount Vernon Rams welcome the DuQuoin Indians. Of course, the Rams and Indians met last year at DuQuoin. Remember that thrilling matchup. Hoping for a similar result for the Rams today. And, of course, 7-2 are the Rams, 4-1 are the Indians today. Of course, this is your Landers Collision Center's pregame show. What a day for baseball. It's an overcast sky, but temperatures hovering around the 55-degree mark with winds out of the east-southeast DC. This should be a great day for Rams baseball as they're riding a nice little winning streak here of 4 games.
Well, it is, and they've had a good run. Of course, getting that conference win against Alsop yesterday here at home, 11-6. DuQuoin comes in with a record of 4-1, and two teams that have a lot of high expectations, not only in their own conferences, but for postseason as well.
Of course, DuQuoin, two seasons, I guess. No, last season they lost in a regional championship game to Benton. The season before that, they went up to state and got third place. And last year, of course, a disappointment for the Indians. They hosted the regional in their beautiful new complex and then lose on a walk-off. Was it a golf or baseball balls? I don't recall.
I believe it was a ball.
Either way, that's how
it was a walk. Yeah.
Either way, that's how the game ended, and they lose 4-3 to the Benton Rangers, and was probably going to go down as one of the better regional championship games in all of Class 2A last year. But fast forward to this year, the Indians come in with a 4-1 mark and looking to test the Rams again here in 2013. Landers Collision Centers didn't just expand in Mount Vernon, they expanded their service. After your next collision, ask about free detailing as long as you own your car. Big or small, Landers fixes them all. 1-888 Landers. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski. Holly Carroll is back in our Mount Vernon studio. WMIX, WMIXsports.com today. Don't forget, you can stay up to date at Twitter at WMIX Sports. Of course, it should be a Danny today. We need to slip out for a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk more about this matchup between the Mount Vernon Rams and the DuQuoin Indians. This is Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
I'm Michael Stack with a look at your next rad weather. Rather cloudy for this afternoon with a high 54. Mostly cloudy this evening. Tonight's low 37. Partly to mostly cloudy skies on your Saturday, high 62. Nice and pleasant with mainly sunny skies Sunday, the high 60. Much colder for your Monday with rain mixing in with some snow, the high 39. Sunny and warmer Tuesday, high 49. Next rad weather from WMIX, Mount Vernon, Illinois.
The technology in the 2013 Ford Fusion keeps you connected with the world and with your car. Hi, Roy Schmidt, Ford dealer at Ford Square, Mount Vernon. Available sync with My Ford Touch allows you to keep your hands on the wheel and your eyes on the road while you play your favorite music, control the interior climate, and make or receive phone calls, and receive turn-by-turn directions. The new suspension system delivers a smooth ride, and for peace of mind, the available intelligent all-wheel drive system gives you traction when you need it most. Already affordable, you can save $1,000 in retail customer cash on a 2013 Fusion with a 2.5-liter Duraltech inline 4 engine at Ford Square, 1501 Broadway in Mount Vernon, Illinois, and see all of our inventory online at fordsquare.com.
You can count on us. Yes, you can.
America is a nation on wheels. Everyone has at least one automobile. We use them for shopping, work, everything we do. But they can be a threat. Some accidents can't be prevented. Your professional Pekin Insurance Agency, Page Insurance on Crownview and Mount Vernon, can help protect you from a large financial loss when an accident happens. Call Page Insurance today at 242-7000 about low-cost auto insurance from Pekin Insurance. Ask them about the many money-saving discounts that are available. Depend on your hometown professionals. Pekin Insurance.
Listen to us from any device at WMIXsports.com. This is Rams Baseball on WMIX.
And we welcome you back to Brennan Klein Memorial Field for your Landers Collision Center pregame show. Chris Hugo and Danny Czerwinski alongside the Rams and the Indians. DuQuoin comes into town today for the Rams have a doubleheader tomorrow against East Peoria. Of course, big or small, Landers Collision Centers fixes and now details them all. Premium detailing is now available at Landers Collision Centers. Call anytime you need them. 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888 Landers. Should be a dandy of a matchup today between the Mount Vernon Rams and DuQuoin Indians. We're just moments away from a special presentation from our United States Air Force. Of course, I believe we're going to award a scholarship to Colin Young for carrying a 4.1 GPA, and what it is the person on the team with the highest GPA gets the honor, and that just has to be Colin, of course, 4.1 on a weighted 4.0 scale, so congratulations to him. I believe they're going to have some hoopla here in just a moment from BK Field. We talked about this matchup between the Mount Vernon Rams and the DuQuoin Indians, but you look at the Rams, Danny, obviously our primary coverage here on WMIX and WMIXsports.com. Start off 3-0, have the tough test with the Mississippi Valley Conference. They lose 2 straight, of course, to Waterloo and Triad, but then rebound nicely with 4 straight victories. Of course, they sweep a doubleheader on Saturday against the Greenway from Mattoon. Come in, they get a win against Mount Zion out of the Apollo Conference, and now they have today the DuQuoin Indians, a team expect to go pretty deep at 2A, and so this is a nice test for them, but give credit to the Rams baseball team for having played great baseball over the course of the past 4 games.
And this is the team that turned it around, that stretch of Triad and Waterloo in the past week, and then, of course, you sit there and you have this coming around, and you get yourself back on the schneid a little bit with the sweep of Mattoon and rolling into this week. And, Mount Zion was a quality win, Alsop's a quality win. Now you get DuQuoin, you get East Peoria tomorrow, a 3A team as well. So it's not like Mount Vernon's beating up on Patsies. I mean, they're getting after some teams here that are quality wins, no doubt.
No doubt about that. Of course, we talked a little bit about the DuQuoin Indians, some impressive wins on their resume already to start the year, and they have kind of been a victim of circumstance as well in terms of Mother Nature. Luckily, they have that all-turf infield, which has helped their cause, but you take a look at some of the games they've played, and you look at a big win against Benton to start the year, a little bit of revenge over that regional championship game. They get a win over Heron. I believe they split with Heron, actually. But then you take a look at wins against Floresville, and I believe you told me West Frankfort. And it's the DuQuoin team looking to roll into that postseason. Though that loss against Czerwinski is actually, I believe, in a doubleheader. Won the first, lost the second. But it's also a Heron team that's coming on quite a bit strong over the course of this season as well. But you take a look at the Indians, and they've really toughened up their schedule as well, trying to play all comers. And weather's kind of been a factor there, but out of the river to river, Mississippi, they're going to be tested as well.
This is the case for DuQuoin's got a senior-laden team. We talked to Tim Kraft last Saturday on the Saturday Sports Show, and he has a team that's an older bunch, kind of like Mount Vernon. They got a lot of veteran guys. They returned their whole starting infield from last year. So it's a team that has a lot of experience and depth on that bench over there, and, of course, they're expecting big things. It's probably the favorite out of the Mississippi Division to win that conference this year, and then you look at their non-conference schedule, already starting playing other 2A teams, Benton and Frankfort, Heron from the Ohio side of the river-to-river conference, and, of course, you throw in Goreville, who's been a quality 1A school in the last few years. So Tim Kraft likes to play anybody anywhere. They have the Pepsi Classic tomorrow in DuQuoin with Alvarado and Flora coming in to play DuQuoin, their little round-robin tomorrow. So not a lot of breaks, nice field and facility that they have down there at the ballpark at DuQuoin High School on those grounds, and something to be proud of, and they want to use that thing as much as possible, especially in postseason.
Well, and you take a look at their schedule on down the line, and not just the conference games, some of their out-of-conference games as well. Though it is river-to-river, though it's the Ohio side, it's a non-conference game. One thing I salivate when I see the DuQuoin schedule is April the 20th, whenever they're slated for a doubleheader with the Harrisburg Bulldogs at Harrisburg, and you think about how good of a matchup that should be, and possibly, depending upon the pairings in the postseason. Maybe a sectional preview, maybe more. And I mean, it's just one of those things. You never know this time of year when you're in the March. You don't know a lot about every team. Of course, games across Central and Southern Illinois have been kind of messed around with the weather and the snow and everything. In fact, still some snow in part of drifts and part of places here in Southern Illinois today. There is, and of course, you talk about the Mount Vernon Rams 7-2 on the year now, 1-0 in the South Civic Conference at their big win against Crusaders from Alsop yesterday, as they open up conference play with a victory. And then on down the line, you take a look at their schedule over the coming week, and they will have Marion on the road in South Civic Conference play, then West Frankfort, and then on the road again at Carbondale before hosting Belleville East to close out next week. And if you like Rams baseball, you're going to love the schedule down the stretch because there's very rarely a patsy.
Mount Vernon doesn't schedule patsies.
Exactly.
Don't have to. 3A school around here. You have obviously you're going to play your conference. You're going to schedule teams like Mount Zion and East Peoria, and then you turn around and you're going to play something to the effect of these good 2A schools around Southern Illinois, and that's an opportunity this team. And, of course, you throw in sprinkle in some 4A with Edwardsville, Belleville East, Belleville West on the schedule as well. So, I mean, you get an all opportunity to get some things in on the schedule.
Well, a great opportunity indeed. And, of course, 2 in the conference next week. We'll have all of them for you here on WMIX and WMIXsports.com. You're on your Landers Collision Center pregame show as they ready for the announcement of the awards from the United States Air Force here in just a moment. Landers Collision Center brings you the pregame show. Landers can fix that small fender bender or major collision on any size vehicle, and now they can detail it too. Big or small, Landers fixes and details them all. And, of course, a very special presentation The Air Force is here. We're going to take our first 1-minute break. We'll take a 1-minute break. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Welcome back to Personal Banking is more than our tagline at Community First Bank. It's the truth. From our 5 locations in Jefferson County, the debit cards tied to local schools that we offer, the dozens of scholarships we provide to local youth, and even our president who sits at the front door. The Community First Bank difference is apparent. Our mission as Jefferson County's premier community bank is to provide the best customer service around. Stop by one of our 5 locations and experience true personal banking. Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The 2013 Chevy Silverado is the hardest working, longest lasting truck on the market, and Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon has the best selection of Silverados in the area. Right now, you can get rebates up to $6,000 on the Silverado. Plus get 2 years or 24,000 miles worth of free oil changes with your purchase. Nobody offers you more for your trade than Schmidt Chevrolet. Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon, 3423 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
Follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. Back to the Rams on WMIX.
WMIX, WMIXSports.com for your Landers Collision Center pregame show. The Mount Vernon Rams and the DuQuoin Indians will get underway in just a moment, as we're having United States Air Force on hand, of course, to award, and I did not know they were awarding to DuQuoin as well, to Travis Chapman, the senior catcher, for carrying a high grade point average. He'll get $500 from United States Air Force as well, as far as the Outstanding Student Award.
Very nice. They're the smartest ones on the team. They are. Both of them got scholarships.
I didn't even notice that until you just said
that.
Oh, yeah.
Great call. Catchers are the smartest ones based on this. Who needs pitchers and infielders and outfielders when you got catchers?
So there you go. 2 great kids awarded with $500. They do not get to keep the novelty check, as I believe they are dry erase novelty checks. But
I wondered about that because somebody came through right on the field, swiped the check, took off with it. I mean, would they be able to cash it? I mean, that'd be hard to stick it in that little shoes to drive up and send it across under the concrete and into the bank if you had to fold it up. That'd be hard to fold up.
Speaking of banks, Mount Vernon Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland, 5 Jefferson County branches with responsive quality service for all of your accounts. Mount Vernon, Dix, Woodlawn, and Ina, Community First Bank of the Heartland. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski. Holly Carroll is back in our Mount Vernon studios. We prepare for the Mount Vernon Rams and DuQuoin Indians. Of course, we are very proud to have on hand our umpires for today's action. James Collins of Saline County, as well as behind the plate calling the ball to strikes, will be Brent Garrison of Woodlawn. Should be a great day for you. We owe you your Central Christian Church starting lineups, as the head coaches will meet with the umpires at the dish to exchange lineup cards. Well, I suppose we could meet the DuQuoin Indians first. They will lead off the top half of the first inning.
Austin Mansker will lead off playing third base. Brendan Fred, the pitcher, batting second. Nate Boss will be at second base. And the cleanup spot will be Camden Youngman in center. Travis Chapman, the aforementioned catcher, bats fifth, and Camden Mercer will be the shortstop, batting sixth. Garrett Dorsey's at first, batting seventh. Jonas Spencer in left, batting eighth, and Jacob O'Rourke, and then right field, batting ninth for Tim Kraft, DuQuoin Indians.
So for the Indians, there you go. The Rams, meanwhile, on the hill, they'll trot out the lefty Landon Thomas, who had an impressive performance on Saturday in Game 2 against the Green Wave. And a 2-1 ball game. Landon did not allow an earned run on Saturday. Went 7 strong, went the distance, and looking forward to hopefully getting that same effort out of him again here today.
Well, and that's what you need. It's a non-conference game. With DuQuoin having a couple of games tomorrow, I think all hands are on deck, except maybe for Tyler Ellis from Mount Vernon, who threw yesterday 5 innings. So in a game like this, with doubleheader tomorrow for Mount Vernon, doubleheader tomorrow for DuQuoin, you're going to have an all-hands-on-deck kind of thing today and tomorrow for their pitching staff.
No doubt about that. The Rams and the Raiders of East Peoria tomorrow, 11 o'clock doubleheader, 10:45 a.m. is your pregame. WMIX, WMIXSports.com will have all the action. Of course, we'll also have the Saturday Sports Show for you tomorrow. Should be a dandy lineup for you, 8:08 until 10 o'clock, right here on AM 940 and WMIXSports.com. We'll have the famous WMIX Sports social media question of the week. I have a hunch as to what it could be.
Everything's ready. I'm just waiting on one thing.
Is it what we discussed?
Yeah.
Good. Looking forward to that as the Rams will run onto the field to take their positions. Defensively for the Rams, catching the aforementioned Landon Thomas will be the Senior Outstanding Student Award winner from the United States Air Force, Colin Young. Sawyer Harrison, Matthew Williams, Trevor Flota, Colt Better from third to first around the horn, while in the outfield, Pat Bradford returns to the lineup out left, Clayton Reeves back out center field today, and Jake Pike is in right, behind, of course, the pitcher, 1-0, Landon Thomas. We expect a good one to Mount Vernon Rams, the DuQuoin Indians here this afternoon. Those batting order a moment ago was presented by Central Christian Church. Log on to their website, thenewscentral.com, where you can watch their Friday night and Sunday services online. Log on to thenewscentral.com, Central Christian Church, loving God and loving people. decent day for high school baseball.
Sun behind is starting to pop out a little bit. That's a good question. And now if the sun can pop out, that's where your thing's going to be, is if the sun can come out a little bit, give some warmth. But it's, it's March 29th, not March 29th. What is today?
It's
28th. No, it is 29th.
Today's 29th.
March 29th. It's one of those things where you have to just accept it. It is March. I mean, you're not going to get 75, 80-degree weather most times in March, unlike 2012. So you got to deal with it, and then you go from there, and you have to go on. And this is about as good as you're going to get. And I think tomorrow, 50 degrees, about as good as you're going to get. There's some chance of some showers tonight and tomorrow. We're ready to go. We got the orange sleeve ready to go. Now we need the orange sleeve. So we'll be ready to go here. And I
meant to wear an orange hoodie today, and I forgot.
Yeah.
Our umpire can help us out. He believes in that. That's all that matters. Sports umpires for today's games. Jim Collins of Harrisburg, and behind the plate will be Brent Garrison of Woodlawn. As a right-hander, Austin Mansker will get us started. As the Indians come up at the top half of the first inning, we'll be just underway in just a moment. First pitch will actually be the closest to our 4:30 start time all season. It'll be a left-hander, Brendan Fred on the hill. Or right-hander, Brendan Head on the hill. Brendan Fred on the hill. For the Indians when they come up, of course, in the bottom half of the first. First pitch of the ball game will come at 4:26. It's a strike low and away to the right-handed Pat Mansker. Tried to cover that. A little bit of a difficulty. Landon Thomas fires. It's going to be low and away. 1-1 count to Mansker. Fred and Voss to follow here for the Indians. Top half of the first inning was a thriller last year. Went extra innings on Good Friday. Actually, no, it wasn't Good Friday last year. Can't go by that. It's Good Friday this year, however. 2-1. Sometimes you got to work out of things. Trying to do that here. Top half of the first inning. Just underway. Vernon Rams Baseball. No score. Top one. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Foul tip. And it's quickly a 2-2 count on Mansker again. Fred Voss to follow here. The top half of the first for the Indians. They wear their black tops. Luckily, break the streak of white pants. They have gray pants with a black stripe down the sides. Many have the red belts. And here comes the 2-2 offering. Going to miss low and away on what has been a consistent strike zone thus far. It's full count.
Being at home, though, they don't have to worry about much. That turf infield, about as much you're going to get is grass thing from the outfield.
Make or break time for Thomas out of the windup. This is going to be punched the opposite way into right field. It'll take a bounce on Pike, and that'll be a leadoff single for Mansker to bring up Fred with a runner on and nobody out.
Brendan Fred, a three-sport athlete, quarterback, basketball player, baseball player. He's a guy that does it all for DuQuoin in his career. One of the many seniors DuQuoin has.
Got to see DuQuoin this year when they played Johnston City. I believe you were there as well.
Yeah.
Week 10 of the postseason, and was a very good DuQuoin Indian football team. Thomas gets set out of the stretch. Here comes the first offering to Fred. He'll foul that straight back, and it'll be 0-1 quickly with a runner on first. Nobody out, top half. No score yet between the Rams and the Indians, though the Indians trying to threaten. Redder will hold the runner at first base. 0-1 is the count. Thomas will come out of the stretch. The lefty looks over. Probably going to come home on this one, if I had to guess. Gets set, fires. Ooh. Hope the umpire's okay. There's that thing in his hand. If it's fouled off, it's 0-2.
He seems to be okay, hopping around. I think he's already done one game today, so it's like game number 2 for him.
So no balls, 2 strikes. Runner on first, top half of inning number 1. No score yet. Thomas eyes the runner at first base. Gets the sign he wants from his catcher, Young. Pitches on the way. And it's high. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Fred with Voss to follow here in the first inning. Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland. We're glad to have you with us. You're on WMIX and WMIXSports.com. It's Thomas looks at the runner on first. Of course, Mansker got on with a leadoff single if you're just joining us. And looks back over, nothing doing.
Courtesy lift.
Wasn't much there. The Lions Club All-Star game, of course, at Win Lake College tonight. It's the 1-2. Is going to be popped foul behind us by Fred. Stays the same with a run on first, nobody out. Many in local talent participating in that basketball All-Star game. I believe now in his 29th year at Win Lake College at Waugh Gym.
6 o'clock girls start, 8 o'clock boys start. 3-point contest, not contest.
1-2 coming. Going to be fouled up over the first base dugout. Count will remain the same. Runner on first, nobody out. Top half of inning number 1, still no score. Decent day. Wish the sun would peer out from behind the clouds. It's trying. Over our left shoulders. It prepares to set in the west. A 1-2 count. Top half of the first inning. Still no score. Pitch is on the way, and that's going to catch the outside corner for a backwards K. 1 away.
Well, that was a nice little Uncle Charlie on the outside corner. Not sure what it grabbed, and not much of the plate, but it was a strike. Unhittable pitch. That's a pitcher's pitch for sure there.
That'll bring up another right-handed bat for the Indians. Boss will stand in, the second baseman. Of course, Nate Boss with a runner on first, one out, top half of the first inning with no score. Indians trying to get on the board first. Here comes the pitch on the way from Thomas. The left-hander fires it right across the outside corner to the right-handed batter, and it's 0-1. Pretty good location and early going. Pretty good command.
Now, what Landon's going to do, he's not going to strike out a bunch of people. He needs to pitch to contact, let his fielders do the work.
Very capable Ram defenses. They're going to check on the runner at first base again. Mansker, who led off with a single after working the count full. Start the ball game at what got underway at about 16:26. U.S. Air Force, of course, is out here to award a couple of $500 scholarships a moment ago. 0-1 coming. This is going to be sent the opposite way to the right. Pikes on the run. We'll have to let it drop, and that'll be a single of the one-out variety to put runners at first and second with one out.
Approach to play for DuQuoin, take it the other way, a couple of singles. You can see they're not wanting to try to full land it. They're going to take him back up the middle into right field. Of course, their coach is left-handed. They've probably seen some VP over the spring and over their years of playing from Tim Kraft.
Camden Youngman will step in, the center fielder for the Indians. 2 on, 1 out, first inning. No score, just underway pretty well here. Brennan Klein Memorial Field from the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by Ford Square and King City Chrysler. We await the first offering to Youngman as Thomas looks back at the runner on second, fires high. It'll be 1-0. We'll get to know your Rams batting order presented by Central Christian Church. The home half of the first inning right now, still looking for a score. No runs on 2 hits thus far for the Indians. They do not appear to be through here in the south half of the first. 1 out. Youngman has a 1-0 count ahead of the pitcher Thomas. Almost even up, but just misses low, and it's 2 balls and no strikes.
Game starting out much like yesterday's, with all the action in the first inning, 12 runs total.
Of course, remember what happened then after the 3 early runs from Alsop. The Rams, if you do the math, had 9 if there were 12 first-inning runs and had a big bottom half and rode that to an 11-6 victory, I believe it was. As it's fouled back on the 2-0 to become 2 balls and a strike. Chapman, the catcher's on deck. He also was a benefactor of one of the Air Force Awards a moment ago. Colin Young, the other. You get free $500 United States Air Force. Not a bad day. They honored them before the game. 2-1 the count, 1 out, 2 aboard here for the Indians. And Tom's going to step off. Look the runner back to second base. Follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. You'll find all sorts of content on there. We'll get you a scoreboard update here in just a moment, as we did have a final from action earlier today on one of our sister stations. That's a 2-1. Here is just outside the zone to become a 3-1 count.
I thought they didn't play today.
Not that team.
Oh.
I see what you did there. 3-1 the count here to Camden Youngman. Center fielder with 2 on and 1 out in the south half of the first inning. Still no score. It was what it feels like a very sluggish top half of the first. With time being taken and multiple capacities, whether it be a timeout or just taking your time. 3-1 the count, 1 out, 2 aboard here, south half of the first. Still looking for a score as Landon Thomas gets set. The lefty will come out of the stretch. Looks back over his back shoulder, now fires home. It comes. It's going to be strike. So a full count. Good job by Landon Thomas. Settle back into the count. Was a hitter's count at 1 point. Now it's full with 2 on and only 1 out here at the top of the first. Thomas will look in, and we had time called by the batter. Is that what that was? A quick right hand up by the umpire?
Restart. Refresh.
At the F5. 3-2 the count. It's full. Runners on first and second here in the first. Indians trying to threaten. Here comes the full count pitch. Holmes. Swung on a miss, and that'll be a strikeout at number 2.
Got in on the hands of Youngman that time. His fastball cutting low and into the right-hand hitter. Youngman wasn't able to get those hands inside fast enough, almost like it saw the bat off in his hand.
There you go. And now we'll see the big left-handed bat at Travis Chapman. Right-handed. Looks like he's going to go to the left side. But you don't assume. 2 on, 2 out here, top of the first inning. No score between the Rams and the Indians. We're back at it tomorrow at 10:45 with your pregame for the Rams and the East Peoria Raiders. And game 1 of a doubleheader. Of course, we'll have both of them here for you on WMIX and WMIXSports.com. As the first pitch to Chapman catches the outside corner. The right-hander falls behind, 0-1. Oh. Thomas gets set, the lefty out of the stretch, trying to get the Rams out of the inning. It's caused DuQuoin to leave a couple of Runner stranded on base. It's a 0-1 count with 2 away. Here we go. Swung on a miss. Went inside that time, and it's no balls and 2 strikes.
And it's proved me wrong. He's one pitch away from striking out the side. More of a contact pitcher and coming in Nolan Ryan on us today.
Gonna do what he can. No balls, 2 strikes, but 2 outs here at the top of the first. Indians got a couple of singles from Mansker and Youngman, and Thomas trying to get the team out of the inning here. Looks down, looks back at the runner on second. With 2 aboard, here comes the pitch on the way. It's to be fouled back. The count remains no balls and 2 strikes.
Hey, the net worked twice today.
All right. Up's gone up.
As long as it don't go through the middle here.
Yeah, line drives, however.
Line drive lower than that, I'm guarantee I'm ducking behind.
Could be a bird of a different feather. Chapman will step out of the box, now digs back in. The right-handed batter working against the left-handed pitcher. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 aboard, with 2 out here in the top of the first. Rams trying to keep the goose egg intact here. Here comes the next one on the way. It's going to miss up and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Chapman. We'll look for a Red Lake College player of the game in this one. At Red Lake College, you can save thousands in your college education. Log on to rlc.edu. See which of the more than 100 degree and certificate programs is right for you. 1-2 the count with 2 aboard here in the top of the first. Here comes the 1-2. Going to miss outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. We'll have them out for the Rams batting order, of course, coming up for you in the bottom half of the first inning. We'll get to know the DuQuoin Indian defense. Rams trying to get out of it here. 2 away, 2 aboard. 2-2 count as Deuces seem to be wild here in the top half of the first inning. We are about 10 minutes into this one as Thomas looks back. Gets set and will fire. Here it comes. That's going to be poked the opposite way. Foul ball over the first base dugout. And we'll do it again. Why not? WMIX Sports Local Studios are driven by Ford Square, 1501 Broadway in Mount Vernon. See them online at fordsquare.com. You can also find them on Facebook. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the first. And Rams trying to get out of the inning, of course, but 2 singles from Mansker and Voss have the Indians threatening as the lefty Thomas trying to work out of it. Looks back at the runner on second base. Going to come home on 2-2. Ooh, and that is a beautiful pitch right down the middle. Strikes out the side as the Indians strand a pair. We are through 1/2, no score. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Tax time means savings time. Use that tax refund at Second Chance Auto to purchase the best quality used vehicle around. In fact, in their 32-year history, the selection has never been better at Second Chance Auto. Clean, dependable, and great-looking cars, trucks, minivans, and a huge selection of small, mid-size, and full-size SUVs. Most priced under $10,000 with 3-month or 3,000-mile warranty. Yes, your tax refund is your ticket to the vehicle you've always wanted. At Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Call 244-4582.
Critics raved about the Rend Lake College Theater's presentation of Into the Woods. Thanks to Mother Nature, you have one more chance to see Into the Woods at the Rend Lake College Theater this Saturday at 7 p.m. Sunday's show is postponed due to the weather, so those tickets will be accepted at the door. If you didn't already have tickets, take a look at The Darker Side of Fairy Tales this Saturday night at 7. Tickets are just $12 at the door, or call the box office at 437-5321, extension 1467.
You're listening to Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
And we welcome you back, Rams Baseball. Home half of the first. We need to meet them out for the Rams, as a matter of fact.
Leading off, Matthew Williams, followed by Landon Thomas, Colin Young, Colton Metters in the cleanup spot, followed by Trevor Floated Jake Pike, and then Clayton Reeves, Pat Bradford, Sawyer Harrison for Tim Holloway's Mount Vernon Rams.
There you go. On the hills, the right-hander, Brendan Pratt for the Indians. Chapman, the catcher. Mansker, Mercer, Boss, and Dorsey, of course, around the horn from third to first with right down left field. Spencer, Youngman, and O'Rourke from left to right. For the Indians, who are 4-1 in the year. Meanwhile, the Rams are looking for victory number 8, also looking for 5 straight. A streak that started last Saturday. They start off the season 3-0 with wins over Salem, Pinckneyville, and Civic Memorial, allowing only 2 runs in that stretch. Since then, the Rams have been fairly flawless. Defense has kind of come back together, and the offense has been productive. As Matthew Williams, the right-hander, will get started against Brendan Fred, quarterback for the Indian football team. Cannot recall if he played basketball. He did, 3-sport athlete. For the Indians, and his first pitch will catch the outside corner. The right-handed Matthew Williams, 0-1. Matty struggled a bit from the plate yesterday after going 4 for 4 the day prior, but still among the team leaders in hitting, as he will take one outside again. This time it just misses. 1 ball, 1 strike to Williams. Of course, committed to play golf at Rend Lake next year. 1-1 coming, going to miss outside. 2 balls and a strike now to Williams with Thomas and Young to follow here in the the bottom half of the first inning. DuQuoin, of course, stranded a pair of runners in their half. So still no score yet, but that could change in a hurry as it becomes 2-2. It catches the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Former Woodlawn Warrior, Matthew Williams. 2-2 and round, and that's going to miss low and away. His count's full. I thought we're going to see a lot of pitches today.
Mm-hmm. Got a potential to be one of those games.
Full count offerings coming to Williams. Ooh, with change up high that time. Swung on a miss. It's going to be the first strike of the day for Fred. Now they'll bring in Thomas with the bases empty and 1 out. Interesting. Interesting pitch selection, but it was effective for Fred, and he gets the strikeout. Got to see the Lady Rams softball team out there practicing as we drove in. Hope to see them in action on Monday as they'll travel to Waltville to take on the Waltville Session Lady Spartans. First pitch to Thomas is going to miss low, and the lefty gets ahead of the count. 1 ball, no strikes, as the sun peeks out behind the clouds here. Now it's on the inside corner. 4 strike 1. Very deliberate mechanics here from our home plate umpire, doing a great job today.
Second game, he's a little tired.
1 ball, 1 strike with 1 gone, and Thomas going to reach out for this and send it maybe into the batting cage.
Point to the right, I don't know.
Wow. It's the rim shot there. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 gone. Nobody aboard here for the Rams in the home half of the first inning. If you're just joining us, of course, the Indians stranded 2. After a leadoff single from Mansker, then Boss moved him over with a single of his own, both in the opposite field and right. Now the Rams trying to get something going here in the first as Thomas is going to send this one into center. Youngman waits for it and makes the grab. Hit it where he was.
You have 2 very good center fielders, Landon Thomas normally out there. But Youngman also a quality center fielder as well. That ball was on a rope. Youngman made that look easy. Sometimes the toughest fly balls are the ones right at you. He made that look relatively easy.
Because you almost feel like something's wrong if it comes right at you, that you have to make some sort of adjustment. And it sets Colin Young, of course, with 2 outs and nobody on. He'll foul it back over our right shoulder, and it'll be an 0-1 count here on Colin again. Told you in the pregame show, told you when Travis Chapman came up, that Chapman and Young, the 2 catchers, apparently have the highest GPA on each team. They win the Outstanding Student Award and $500 for the United States Air Force, even though neither of them are probably going into the Air Force, and quickly it's 0-2 on Young. We do know Young is going to be a Lynx at Lindenwood Belleville next year. And with 2 outs to the base empty, the 0-2 is going to miss well outside. Wasted that time, 1-2.
Any money to pay for college, except you and I know that, and
Amen.
Do away from here in another capacity.
Amen to that. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away, and the base is empty, home half the first. That's going to drop a little low and even a count up at 2-2. Better on deck for the Rams. Young can get aboard. Both will have a chance here in the home half of a scoreless first. 2-2 coming. Ooh, in the dirt, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Good at bat.
Yeah, battled back, second full count here in the first inning for Brendan Fred to try to overcome.
Now for the Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland, with 5 locations in Malvern and Dix, Woodlawn, and Ino. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Community First Bank, proud to be the official voice of the Rams and Lady Rams here on WMIX. Weather looks decent for tomorrow's game. Full count offering is going to be high and tight to Young. That'll be a 2-out walk to bring in Colton Metter. Of course, looks decent for the game itself. We'll see what happens in between.
Yeah, the rain is Kaminsky will come into Courtesy Road for Young at first base. The rain is supposed to stay away until probably 5, 6, 7 o'clock tomorrow night. It's supposed to rain into the early Sunday morning hours. I know it's not good for Easter sunrise services, but it looks like we'll probably get 2 games in here tomorrow morning and afternoon.
11 o'clock is your first pitch for game number 1. That means a 10:45 pregame here on WMIX after the Saturday Sports Show. From 8:08 until 10 o'clock, as that's fouled straight back by Colton. Counts 0-1. Trevor Floto will come back and get the foul ball. Probably a little nervous as the Duke Blue Devils will take on Michigan State.
Party.
That's Party winning that
Friends
one.
from Fairfield will be wound up for that
Hope
one.
so. I'm rooting for our friend from Fairfield. 0-1's coming. Matter's going to lay on it, send it to short. Good pickup there by Mercer, and he will have a play at second base. 6-4 on the fielder's choice will retire the side, and we are through 1. No score. This is Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
The Medicine Shop wants to become your pharmacy of choice. It's so easy to transfer your prescription. All it takes is a phone call from you. And the Medicine Shop will take care of the rest. They accept Medco, TRICARE, Express Scripts, and many 90-day plans as well. Plus, you'll find their pharmacy staff so helpful. No long wait times, no hassles getting in and out of their pharmacy. Here's pharmacist and pharmacy owner Eric Black.
In almost every case, if a person has PPO or HMO insurance where they pay a copay at the cash register, that copay will be identical wherever you go. And even if your card says Humana or Walmart or Walgreens, chances are you can use that prescription card anywhere. Just to be sure, give us a call and we can tell you over the phone if that's the case with your specific plan.
Don't forget to ask the Medicine Shop about delivery service to your home or workplace. Convenience and friendliness, all for the same cost. Only at the Medicine Shop, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
Find us on Facebook under WMIX Sports. Back to the Rams on WMIX.
And we welcome you back, Brennan Klein Memorial Field. We head to the top of the second for the Indians. It'll be Mercer, Dorsey, and Spencer. O'Rourke, should anybody get aboard, as it'll be 6, 7, and 8 in the DuQuoin lineup to meet Landon Thomas, who struck out the side back in the first. Scattered a pair of singles, but rebounded nicely after each one to get a strikeout. Right-handed bat to start the inning. As it is scoreless here as we head to the top of the second. First pitch is going to miss just a scant low, and it'll be 1 ball and no strikes.
Sun pops out, so that's nice to see. Those with glasses can use them now.
As we wait the 1-0, looks like it crossed the plate but missed low. 2 balls and no strikes. Dorsey on deck, Spencer to follow here in the second.
Got an American League field type of game to it. 2-0.
Will be sent foul down the third base side. Good thing as Harrison struggled to maintain his footing. It'll be 2 balls and a strike. Talk about a kid who can play some defense. He's been nothing short of spectacular there at the hot corner. 2 balls and a strike here to Camden Mercer, the shortstop. Trying to have back-to-back innings for the Indians where the leadoff runner gets aboard. Landon Thomas hoping after saying that out, but wind up the left-hander will fire. Just misses outside, 3-1.
Congratulations to the Mount Vernon boys track team. They finished second today at the O'Fallon Relay, or O'Fallon track meet behind Triad.
Very nice. 3-1 count. Triad's pretty good as that's going to be fouled off behind us.
Dude,
I hit something.
not yours or our buddies.
Full count now, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on, nobody out, as we do concern ourselves with that. Here comes the offering on the way, and that is going to be roped right back up the middle, out of the reach of the middle infielders, and getting the leadoff singles, Camden Mercer.
3 hits already for the Indians, another on. You remember yesterday, Altoff only had 1 inning out of 7, where they were 2 innings, where they went 1, 2, 3. DuQuoin already 2 innings and had base runners on in every inning.
Of course, we appreciate the help of Second Chance Auto to bring you Rams Athletics on the radio. We'll tell you about them. After the first pitch to the first baseman, Garrett Dorsey. Runner on first, nobody out. The second. Horrible timing for hiccups. He's going to try to bunt his way on. That'll be caught by Metter. Won't have a play back for the double off, but that'll be 1 out. Popped up bunt.
Yeah, I mean, looking to the sun, Metter had to make a play there. He not wearing glasses of any sort. He got him on his head. And because of that, he'd look up in that sun that just popped out quickly, and the pop-up butt had to kind of basket catch that one.
We would have loved to buy a vehicle with credit approval right over the phone. You can at Second Chance Auto. Call 244-4582 and find out without leaving your home. Call for credit approval today at Second Chance Auto, 244-4582. As the lefty, Spencer's going to get a piece of one. That's a fair ball down the left field line. Here comes Mercer around third. He'll be waved home, but the Indians could be taking a lead on an RBI double by Jonah Spencer.
One of those that got down the line, Pat Bradford was shading him to left center, and it squibbed off the bat down that line, rolled all the way to the corner. Pat had to run a long way to get it. DuQuoin takes an early 1-0 lead.
RBI chance now for Jacob O'Rourke to add to this 1-0 lead here in the top half of the second with only 1 out and a runner on second base, Jonah Spencer. Big hit down the left field line. Thomas going to have to shake this in. Top half of the second, 1 on, 1 out, 1-0 DuQuoin lead. Wind has shifted slightly. So about 5-6 miles per hour, and here comes the pitch on the way. This is going to be popped up, first base sign on a play. It'll be 0-1 on the batter. Jacob O'Rourke, the right fielder, Mansker to follow here as the Indians come back around to the top of the order in the second. Back on the air tomorrow, 10:45 is your pregame, 11 o'clock is your first pitch. Doubleheader with the East Peoria Raiders. We're going to check on the runner at second base, and he's safely.
This is one of those where DuQuoin has had a history over the years of hitting well. You're going to have to be on your toes fielding-wise, and pitchers are going to have to be ready today. Thomas, the pitcher, gets set, looks at the runner back on second base, and 0-1 count here on O'Rourke. Swung on a miss, good pitch there. No balls and 2 strikes. Sliding curveball, toe inside, down in the end of the right-hand hitter. So we do have a score update. We'll get that to you in just a moment. Maybe after this 0-2 pitch to the right-hander O'Rourke. Where's number 7? Plays right field. Thomas gets set, comes away with it. Ooh, it's just going to miss low. It's 1-2. After this at bat, we'll get you that score update. Spencer wears number 9 and plays left field, while O'Rourke wears number 7 and plays right field. Interesting. 1-2 the count here on the batter O'Rourke. Pitch on the way, swung and a miss. Went low that time, and chasing after did O'Rourke, and that'll be the 4th strikeout of the day for Thomas. Not bad. He's not bad.
Look at your scouting report.
Well, I mean, he's not a guy that strikes out a lot of players. I mean, he's to me more of a contact guy. But working well here in the second. Of course, after 1 in high school baseball, Oakville leads Woodlawn 1-0. Harrisburg got a win today over Vernon Hills down at Renton Park. 3-1 was the final on that one. Scoreboard updates powered by Tony Wilson, State Farm Insurance. We'll tell you more about that here in just a moment. Runner on second, 2 outs, 1-0 your score. Top of the second, DuQuoin on top. As the first pitch to Mansford around back to the top of the order. It's going to Plinko in the dirt, 1-0. For all your insurance, financial service needs, find Tony in his office, 42nd South Water Tower, or look for him online at TonyWilt.com, or find the white State Farm Jeep around town. Tony Wilt, get you a better state with State Farm. 1-0 is the count here on Mansker. He singled his last time up. It was stranded on second, back in the first. Now here in the second, it's a 1-0 lead for DuQuoin, and that's going to be a strike on the 1-0. Count becomes 1 ball, 1 strike here to Austin Mansker, third baseman for the Indians. DuQuoin, that disappointing loss last year to the Denton Rangers in the regional championship on their home turf, literally, as they're going to check on the runner at second. Ball will get away, so it won't matter. There remains a runner on second base, 2 outs in the top half of the second inning. DuQuoin with an early 1-0 lead. We got the old noisemakers going on back there.
Yeah, good time. Thomas will look back and he'll fire the 1-1. This is going to be sent the opposite way. Pike wearing his shades will make the grab. And that'll do us through the top of the second. The damage done slightly, however. It's 1-0 DuQuoin through 1.5. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois proudly welcomes Dr. Brian Steinke to their medical staff. Dr. Steinke earned his medical degree at the University of Illinois in Chicago and has degrees in anatomy and physiology from UC Berkeley, and he brings prestigious credentials to the center. Dr. Steinke is a gifted physician and contributor to orthopedic textbooks. Call 618-242-3778 or visit their informative website at orthocenter-si.com.
I know you've heard about mortgage rates being all-time lows, but have you done anything about it yet? Hi, I'm Rick Pigg, mortgage lender at Community First Bank. There's never been a better time at buying a home or refinancing an existing mortgage. The sooner you act, the more you save, and we'll be there to help you through every step of the way. For more information, visit us at comfirstbank.net or stop by one of our 5 locations.
Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
And we welcome you back to Rams Baseball, WMIX, WMIXSports.com. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside Holly Carroll back at our Mount Vernon studio. As the Rams head to the home half of the second, Flota, Pike, and Reeves due up as the Rams trail 1-0. They allow that run. Mercer, of course, got a single and scored as he led off the second inning on an RBI double by Jonas Spencer down the left field line. The Rams able to rebound, get out of the inning, and try to get it back here in the home half of the second. I hope so, anyway. As Flota's going to rip one right back up the middle for a base hit. So there you go. Going to lead off single and see what happens.
Well, first Rams hit of the game off of Fred, a little single right back up the box. Rams have that leadoff runner on.
So now Jake Pike, who's been seeing the ball well of late, actually the entire season, the lefty will stand in with the runner on first here in the bottom of the second. Bottom of the second. So 1-0 ball game as Fred and the Indians are on top. Fred over the stretch will fire one outside. 1 ball, no strikes to Pike. Of course, All Stars and Stitches, you can put a logo on it. All Stars and Stitches to print it. He McDade, All Stars and Stitches, just west of Benton High School. Call 435-5555. Dial up a ball in the outside corner as well for Jake Pike. 2 balls, no strikes for the Ram right fielder. With the Ram second baseman Flota on first. On deck, of course, is Clayton Reeves, the center fielder. They're going to check on Flota. Gets back with a head first dive, just barely underneath the tag. Things are closer today. 2 balls with no strikes on Pike. The right-hander Fred looking to get sent out there on the bump. Center fielder, of course, Youngman is out there shading towards right for the left bat. Now, chance for a double play. A wild throw is going to get away. As there's a line out to the second baseman, Boss. He tries to throw to first, double off Flota, and ends up with a throwing error. So 4-4. As Flota ends up on second, an RBI chance for the Rams. 1 out. Here in the bottom half of the second, Rams trying to get that run back as Clayton Reeves will stand in. Had a pretty good day at the plate yesterday, and the Rams win against Althoff. They won 11-6 with 11 runs on 10 hits and 1 error. Brett trying to get set. Flota with the lead off at second. Here comes. It's going to be a first pitch strike and a good one at that. 0-1. 1 out, and a runner on second base here in the bottom of the second inning. Rams on top 1-0. 0-1 is the count. And here comes again, inside corner this time, painting the plate. 0-2 quickly.
Pretty good pitches there. Now you're in the hole. You got to get that ball to the right side at the very least.
Right on the stretch, looks back at the runner on second base. Trevor Flota trying to mess around with the middle infielders as the middle infielders trying to mess around with him, and it's going to be a high pitch on 0-2. Good waste pitch that time. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Reeves. Pat the bat, Bradford's on deck. Sawyer Harrison to follow in the home half of the second, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland. 5 Jefferson County locations. That's more than anyone else. Here comes. Reeves is going to pop this one up. I could have a chance at it if it gets through the net. Nope, shading to the right. Good effort there, however, by the catcher Chapman, just out of his reach, and it remains 1-2.
Ball was in play, just couldn't quite get there in this long backstop from behind home plate. Good hustle play.
A lot of foul territory.
Now, this is the old South ballpark.
Where we like it. Not quite the Oakland Alameda Coliseum by any means, but
or whatever it's named today.
Is Network Associates now?
Something, or it might be something.
Was it like Symantec or something like that for a while?
Something new by the time the Major League season starts.
Not any worse than Miami there for a while. Pro player, land shark, you name it. Here comes the 1-2. It's going to be popped up in the center. Shouldn't be a problem for Youngman on the run. Maybe it could be, but he'll make the grab 2 away. His foot has to stay put on second.
Off-speed pitch that time had Reeves out in front. All he could do was pull up on that pitch. Easy fly ball to center.
Pat the bat will stand in with an RBI chance, and he appears to be healed now. Had an issue with a fingernail almost getting ripped off, I believe, Saturday against the Greenway. Had to come out. He said he left plenty of blood out there, so if anybody was trying to track him, they'd be able to find him. So that was a hunting reference of sorts. As Pat the bat will take a first pitch ball to dirt. Not much of a hunter.
What is it called? You knock a deer down or a bow and arrow or a gun. They sometimes run off. They leave a trail to track.
There we go. A little bit of a lesson for us all. 1-0 the count to Pat. Here he goes. Fouls it back behind us. Uh-oh, our friend might be in trouble.
No, it wasn't close. 3 o'clock from our friend where he
parked. Oh, good. He isn't really... He's driving a different vehicle today. I'm told he doesn't care as much about...
Probably not.
Which he should.
Probably should with what's on it, but...
Well, he's not the sharpest knife in the drawers. Some would say he's kind of a tool at times. 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 gone. A runner on second base, a 1-0 ball game with the Indians on top here in the home half. Here comes the pitch to Pat. And Bradford will take it low and away with a good eye. 2 balls and a strike with Harrison to follow, barring the third out here in the inning. Rams are back in action tomorrow. East Peoria, as they lost 2 this week, they quickly recover with the impromptu matchup with the East Peoria Raiders tomorrow here from BK. 2-1 the count. Here it comes. That's going to miss outside. 3 balls and a strike. Jim Collins of Harrisburg, your infield umpire. Brett Garrison of football, your home plate umpire. Pat the bat, otherwise known as Pat Bradford, is your right-handed bat. Facing the right-handed pitcher, Brendan Fred. We're in the bottom of the second, 1-0 DuQuoin lead. As Bradford's going to nail one to center. Could be a problem for Youngman. Or it might not be. It's still making it on the stride. Good catch by Youngman out there in center. We are through two. It's still 1-0 DuQuoin. This is Now for the Baseball from WMIX Sports.
How do the best continue to get better? Hi, this is Chase Landers with Landers Collision Centers. We're no different than any team. When you're at the top of your game, the best want to play for you. That's why, with the addition of our new shop foreman and the rest of our body shop crew, Landers now has a combined experience of over 70 years in dealing with the best parts and repair finishes on the market. This means when you walk into Landers, you can breathe a little easier knowing that your vehicle will receive the best quality repair by the best certified technicians within a reasonable amount of time. Again and again, we work directly with most insurance companies and have loaners and rental vehicles on site for your convenience. We're proud to not only be the standard, but to keep raising the bar in collision repair. Come meet the staff, take a tour of our facilities, and get to know the Landers crew that Landers Collision has so proudly acquired. Big or small, Landers fixes them all. Give us a call, 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS.
This is Mount Vernon Rams Baseball on WMIX and WMIXsports.com.
Top half of the third we go. Still 1-0 DuQuoin. It'll be the pitcher, Fred, Boss, the second baseman, and Youngman, the center fielder, as the orange sleeve goes down, and we get back to the action. We appreciate much the help of the home plate umpire for giving us the national media treatment. Here comes the first pitch of the inning. It'll miss outside to the left-hander, Thomas. To his counterpart, Fred. It'll be a 1-0 count to get us going. You're looking for the WMIX News at 5. It's on 94.1 FM only today, brought to you by Ford Square and the Mount Vernon Church of Christ. 1-0 is the count to Fred. Here it comes. He's going to pop this one up. Might bring some unnecessary rain into right center field. On the run is Reeves, who makes a nice grab.
Nice play. I thought it was going to get over the pike before it was over with, but pretty good play. The wind's blowing out there. The ball was cutting away on the right-hand hitter. The wind's blowing kind of right field to left field foul pole. But that ball was cutting off the right-hand hitter's bat, which usually, come back to the right fielder, but Reeves ranged it over and made the play.
There you go. What a great play it was by Clayton, who traditionally would not be in center, but our center fielder is pitching today. Here's your first person throw down. There's 25 cents. Yep. Porter bobbed up, first base side, foul territory from the bat of Boss, and Micah Boss, Colt Better makes the grab, 2 away.
Easy. Like to see Landon Thomas get a quick inning. Had 42 pitches coming in the first 2 innings. Like to see him come out and have a little bit better, more efficient inning.
And now we're bringing Camden Youngman. He struck out his last time up swinging. Of course, tomorrow is the day that anything can happen. We hope you're ready. You can use Sarah Staley at Country Financial at Mount Vernon. You get a one-on-one relationship and a plan to meet your goals. Country Financial. What's your idea of financial security? As Thomas gets set, comes with it. Ooh, catches the outside corner, 0-1. Already ready with the 0-1 pitch. Here it comes. Fouled off. There'll be no balls. 2 strikes quickly to Youngman. Appreciate Sarah Staley and Country Financial for their support of Rams Athletics here on WMIX and WMIXsports.com. If you haven't been there, you're missing out, I'm told. Actually go there daily, sometimes more than once. The 0-2 is going to scoot across inside, but just missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Youngman with Chapman on there. Oh, man, it's not supper time. Has to be. The 1-2 coming. Going to miss low and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes as it gets dirty. Follow us on Twitter. We are at WMIX Sports. We're on Facebook as well, facebook.com/WMIX Sports. 2-2 the count here on number 24, Camden Youngman, and he is going to inside out. This one is a fair ball down the left field line. He's going to take 2 at least as he rounds first, headed for second. Bradford will catch up to it in the corner. Ooh, probably could have gotten to third base with his wheels, but he'll settle for a 2-out double.
Yes, DuQuoin hit. That one just turned on that pitch.
Yeah, he did.
And jerked it down the third base line. That is what is going on. It's a nice piece of hitting. Drop the barrel of the bat inside and go.
2 gone. That'll bring in the big burly Travis Chapman. Struck out his last time in the first, but has an RBI chance in the third. DuQuoin on top 1-0. Scored a run on an RBI double by Jonas Spencer. This was down the left field line, an inning to go. Thomas looks back at the runner on second base. Now will fire to Chapman. That's going to slightly get away. Miss high, 1-0. It's baseball powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland. If you're tired of big corporate banking, you have a choice in Jefferson County. Community First Bank is at home. Dick Stein at Woodlawn and Mount Vernon. Welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC. Of course, equal housing lender for those of you searching for a residential loan. Here comes the 1-0 in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. Thundersticks, I think, that time. Woof. So counting the batter here, Travis Chapman, the catcher, struck out looking to end the first. I was behind the count 2-0. Here it comes, down the middle, foul straight back, 2-1.
The coin teams get some rips as they head through the second time through the order. I think Mount Vernon will also get the same with Fred out there, second and third times through the order.
1 run, 5 hits for the Indians, no runs on 1 hit for the Rams. Here it comes, swung on a miss, and it's 2-2. Got a question for you. Why is it 1 run but 0 runs? Should 0 technically still be singular? It doesn't exist at all, though. Therefore, it becomes plural somehow and all of that.
It's like
that's a great question.
Geese and fish.
You better.
That could mean different things.
Deep. 2-2 is the count here as they make the runner Chapman back to second. Right? Make the runner Youngman back to second base. Chapman. Here we go. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out on the batter. We're in the top of the third. 1-0 ball game. The Indians on top. Here comes the pitch on the way, and that's going to be sent the opposite way and lifted in the right field. Pike's going to have to backpedal, but makes the grab. What a great grab by Pike to end the inning. We're through 2.5. Still 1-0 DuQuoin. This is Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
Do you farm or operate an agriculture-based business? Then Community First Bank is for you. Hi, I'm Steve Down, Agribusiness Lending Officer at Community First Bank. With our roots firmly planted in Jefferson County, we offer the stability, strength, and personal attention that you deserve. Community First Bank wants to be your financial partner with customized products for both your personal and farm banking needs. Stop by any of our 5 convenient Jefferson County locations to see how we can help your business grow.
Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Member FDIC, Equal Housing.
Startup businesses, and they come in the door, they're pretty green.
Randy Atkinson, owner of Heartland Accounting, on why he is a small business expert.
I have had businesses where I've talked to people in their garage and have grown it to work in 3 states. There's a lot of tremendous opportunity to help people from the very inception of their business, whether it's just talking about what does it take to become successful, what sorts of things do we need to stay legal. I feel very qualified to help people get to where they want to be. I've had that experience and have helped that situation become successful.
Heartland Accounting, 3000 Broadway, Suite 2B.
Listen to us from any device at WMIXSports.com. This is Rams Baseball on WMIX.
And we welcome you back, WMIX and WMIXSports.com. Home half of the third we go, where it's 9-1-2 for the Rams, who trail the DuQuoin Indians 1-0. It'll be Harrison, Williams, and Thomas. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. We're at the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by your Jeep headquarters here in Southern Illinois, King City Chrysler Center, also the Express Loop. Means you'll get in and out in a hurry if you need an oil change. 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Find out more at KingCityChrysler.com. So the right-hander Harrison will get us started here. The Rams have no runs on 1 hit thus far. DuQuoin, of course, the lone run on 5 hits that was back in the second. Brad back out for another inning of work, and these are not button-ups. These are pullovers for the Indians. The V-neck pullover.
Traditional uniform for the Indians.
Interesting.
They do not have the interlocking DQ that a lot of people know DuQuoin for. They have a hatchet through the middle of that, baseball bat. They have always had that type of uniform.
Interesting. As the 1-0 is going to be fouled off, Matt Williams will be there to pick it up, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike now to Sawyer.
As long as I can remember playing against them and watching them, they have always had that look. Kind of different look in today's day and age of uniforms.
You betcha. 1-1 is going to be sent foul down the right field line. First baseman Dorsey is going to have to give up on it. It's going to be 1-2 to Sawyer. Harrison stands back in the box with a 1-2 count. Nobody on, nobody out in the home half of the third. Still a 1-0 ball game. Indians on top. Fred fires. Ooh, Harrison gets a piece of it as he waits on it. Look out there.
Ooh, heads up, kid.
Got to pay attention out here. Well, they give you the warning on the big screen before the game. And unbeknownst to her about getting whacked, she'll go out to retrieve the foul ball like a good young woman. The 1-2 is going to be in the dirt and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Harrison.
Playing in the parking lot at a baseball game is not a good thing to do.
First of all, playing in the parking lot in itself is probably not a wise decision. 2-2 coming. Swung on a miss, and that'll be a strikeout.
Deceptively quick, I would call Brendan Fred. He's one of those guys who can swing a football yards upon yards down the football field. Deceptively quick. The motion that he has, covers the baseball really well, hides it from the hitter, and gets on the hitter in the zone very quickly. They don't have the time to see a lot of the baseball before it gets there.
It's Williams will send one foul to the parking lot. Ooh. Great American Road does not belong.
That ended up on the trunk lid. I mean, right where the key goes into the hole on the old model.
He could have placed it more perfectly. Oh, wow, the 0-1 coming from Williams. He will wait on this one, too, and cement straight back foul. It's going to be no balls, 2 strikes to
That's Tony Will. Where are you at?
I was getting ready to say, you
down.
Library. Tony Will, glad to help your family with all their insurance needs. Give us lots of call. Find them on the web at TonyWill.com, or perhaps you need to bring that White State Farm Jeep down here as the 0-2 becomes 1 and 2 high.
Probably leave the Jeep way down there and then walk in the way it looks now.
He probably has foul ball protected on it.
Probably does. I have that on mine.
Oh, and it's going to be a ball just barely off the ground, mostly a line drive until it finally got to the second baseman. Boss fields the position well, fires over to first, and 4-3 is your second out.
But made it look easy. That ball was a line drive about knee-high all the way to his ankles. Hit that dirt, and his soft hands glove on the ground. Made it look play, did Mr. Boss.
Landon Thomas will stand in, trying to help out his own effort here with 2 outs with nobody aboard. First pitch he'll see is in the dirt. And it's 1-0. I believe it's still 1-0 Oakville over Woodlawn. Yeah, through 3. There's your scoreboard update we didn't give you.
1-1, end of 3.
Oh, my apologies. Misread that tweet that came in. You can tweet us as well at WMIX Sports. 2-0 to Landon Thomas. 2 out, nobody aboard here in the third. Rams trail 1-0 to DuQuoin. Here comes the pitch. He's going to level that one through the right side of the infield, and that'll be a 2-out single. So the pitcher helps his effort. 1 of 2 today, and that'll bring in Colin Young, who reached via the walk back in the first.
Second hit for Mount Vernon here. That's kind of been quiet so far today. Baseball's coming in from everywhere. We get ready to go.
Foul balls out there.
Surprised with the rain last night. Got this game in. Got another game here today. As long as it doesn't rain tonight, probably get another 2 in tomorrow.
Field actually looks in pretty good condition.
The field looks like it hadn't rained in 6 months.
A lot of hard work from Quinn McClure, Tim Holloway, and Tom Fulkerson on that. 2 outs and a runner on board for the Rams. Colin Young will take a first pitch strike, and that's a great pitch from Fred.
Big sweeping curve ball in the zone. Runner at first. Be interesting to see if Thomas is on the move.
They'll fire back on the runner at first base, Landon Thomas. Community First Bank in the Heartland. See Bria Ashby or Debbie Ashby at Community First Bank. They're your personal bankers. They will welcome you back to personal banking. Remember FDIC. Find out more about their staff at all of their locations at CounFirstBank.net. Runner on first, 2 outs. He's going. No, he wasn't on the 0-1. This could be a ground ball to third. Trouble by Mansker. Fires across. Can Dorsey stay on the bag? He does. 5-3 retires to the side as the Rams strand a runner here in the third. Through 3. It's 1-0 DuQuoin. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
The Medicine Shop wants to become your pharmacy of choice. It's so easy to transfer your prescription. All it takes is a phone call from you. And the Medicine Shop will take care of the rest. They accept Medco, TRICARE, Express Scripts, and many 90-day plans as well. Plus, you'll find their pharmacy staff so helpful. No long wait times, no hassles getting in and out of their pharmacy. Here's pharmacist and pharmacy owner Eric Black.
In almost every case, if a person has PPO or HMO insurance where they pay a copay at the cash register, that copay will be identical wherever you go. And even if your card says Humana or Walmart or Walgreens, chances are you can use that prescription card anywhere. Just to be sure, give us a call and we can tell you over the phone if that's the case with your specific plan.
Don't forget to ask the Medicine Shop about delivery service to your home or workplace. Convenience and friendliness, all for the same cost. Only at the Medicine Shop, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
Follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. Back to the Rams on WMIX.
And we welcome you back for Klein Memorial Field. We head to the top half of the fourth inning. It'll be, looking sloppy, DC. Camden Mercer, Garrett Dorsey, Jonas Spencer.
I can't write for you. I can correct it, though.
Is that right?
Give you some practice writing on that iPad of yours over there.
I'm going to eventually get the scorebook on there, I think. But I got to use Bob Carpenter for like the next 5 years. Cause
yeah, Bob Carpenter's
like 150 games going here.
A wet spring, you could use it for 15.
Oh, and here comes the first pitch of the inning. A great strike, powered past Mercer. A good pitch there by Landon Thomas. It's no balls and a strike. You're in the top of the fourth inning. It's 1-0 DuQuoin on top. Thomas will get set, fire again. Look at that. You see how filthy that was?
Pulled the string on that one. Mercer was well out in front of that.
Jeez.
Landon's starting to get in a groove. He's got that lather built up out there, and he's in a nice little groove right now. Nice.
Ooh.
Curved around the plate, actually.
Went everywhere but across
The
curved
plate.
around the plate.
2 strikes. Speaking of plates, we're discussing
I'm
that.
hungry.
I
didn't eat lunch, DC. I'm in trouble.
I didn't either.
We wait till you didn't either?
No.
Silly, you're supposed to eat lunch before you come.
Silly.
That's the first down of
those days today at the calendar.
Boy, that's so. Oh, yeah, that's
kinda,
right.
You know. However, after it, I'll make up for my one meal.
There we go. That's no kidding. Yes, got to be thinking about that.
Yes.
Garrett Dorsey, the right-hander, stands in with one out. Top the fourth, still 1-0 ball game. Thomas will come at it. Nice pitch at the upper edge.
Something call my name.
Fish something one.
Another salmon.
Oh, yeah, fish. Nothing to one. See where it's going. There it is. Oh, just misses low. It's 1-1. I need to tell you about plenty. Ridley College Play of the Game will come your way. Your Schmidt-Chevrolet Cadillac post-game show as we ready for the 1-1 pitch from Thomas. Here it comes. Dorsey's going to put that into play. Nope, it's going to scoot out. It'll be 1-2. At Ridley College, you get a quality education and save thousands. Log on to rlc.edu to see which program is right for you. As Dorsey will trot back, we'll do it again on the 1-2. Well, the reservation, I think.
Well, the little thunder sticks are about 10 years too past their time.
So the 1-2 coming. Just got away, and the D-Mix will count 2-2.
Rally Monkey will show up.
You believe.
Tim Salmon.
Dang it.
Speaking of that.
Dang it. You took my guy. 2-2. We wait for it. With one out, nobody on. Here it comes. Ooh, that looked good. But just misses. Full count.
Better be quiet. We'll get thrown out.
He does. He won't.
This one will toss us.
I don't know if it's this, but maybe that. Full count. One gone.
I've already run a muck of the other one. not by work or anything.
Oh, that's going to be ball. What? Ball 4-9 away.
You were laughing amidst the third one.
You were making me laugh.
Well,
I can't believe
I've run a muck not by my actions. I've been accused. Well, still waiting on the apology.
Here, there, and everywhere. Jonathan Spencer, the lefty, will stand in. Had the RBI double as last time, which turned it into this 1-0 game. We're witnessing now 1 run, 5 hits for the Indians. No runs on 2 hits for the Rams. Well, it's been a dandy little matchup thus far with a runner on first base and 1 out. Here comes the pitch on the way. Pop foul behind us, and it's 0-1.
Nope. Got over top. Lost strokes back there.
Very.
You know. Some of these people
wear
headsets to go get foul balls, too.
You got to worry about top that back there.
Yeah.
0-1 to count here. Ooh, that's going to...
Oh, he tried to get it. He tried to stick that off arm out there. Couldn't get it done.
Good idea, and it's 1-1. Where's Spencer?
Wonder if people's headsets around here go chase foul balls.
How about?
Do
There right now.
Guess not.
1-1 count with 1 gone. Here it comes. This is going to be sent into center field. Reeves will be there to wait. I almost said Thomas. He's on the hill today.
I'd be impressive if it was, if he got out there that quick.
He has the speed.
Kind of like playing the old one-on-one tennis ball, baseball in the yard back in the day.
Bugs Bunny.
Ghost runners.
Did you ever name your ghost runners?
No, absolutely not. Do we keep stats of everything? Yes.
I used to name my
we have
ghost
to have a
runners.
full lineup, stats, MLB style. Yep. Didn't make sense to pitch around anybody. You're pitching the same guy, but okay.
There you go. Foul tip, and it'll be strike 1 to O'Rourke.
Time that guy up, he tripled, but the guy behind him struck out. Go figure. It's the same guy. Tennis ball, baseball in the yard.
Used a racquetball one time, lost it pretty easily.
Yeah.
1 on, 2 down here in the top of the fourth. 1-0 DuQuoin on top. That's going to be sent the opposite way inadvertently, of course. Down the right field. Mike, great catch by Mike. Wow. Mike came out of nowhere to make the grab, and we are through 3.5. 1-0 DuQuoin. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
You'll notice right away that Second Chance Auto doesn't depend on fancy sales gimmicks. Instead, you'll only find honest deals with no credit checks and instant approval. Take your income tax rebate and use it on the great quality used vehicle you really want. Cars, trucks, minivans, along with small, mid-size, and full-size SUVs. Most priced under $10,000 with 3-month or 3,000-mile warranty. Family owned for over 32 years, serving the families in our region. Located on Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Call 244-4582.
Startup businesses, and they come in the door, they're pretty green.
Randy Atkinson, owner of Heartland Accounting, on why he is a small business expert.
I have had businesses where I've talked to people in their garage and have grown it to work in 3 states. There's a lot of tremendous opportunity to help people from the very inception of their business, whether it's just talking about what does it take to become successful, what sorts of things do we need to stay legal. I feel very qualified to help people get to where they want to be. I've had that experience and have helped that situation become successful.
Heartland Accounting, 3000 Broadway, Suite 2B.
Back to the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios. This is Rams Baseball on WMIX.
WMIX, WMIXSports.com. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski as we head to the bottom half of the fourth. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 for the Rams, who trail the Indians of DuQuoin 1-0. Metter, Flota, and Pike as the Rams try to get the offense going here. As our home plate umpire.
Go. Oh, yeah, we're ready. We're good. We're speed up rules, man.
We appreciate him.
Supper time.
You betcha. Here comes the first pitch from Fred. A piece of it from Colton. Looks like it's going to be a snow cone grab.
It is.
Barely saved it from touching the ground. A great play from Mercer. One play.
It is an out.
Canadian out.
Is it out? Out on defense?
I've heard of it. Been in Canada?
Huh?
You ever been to Canada?
I've heard of it.
There you go. They're hitting the ball well. They're sitting at everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those days. No ballpark.
It's in the dirt to Flota. He singled his first time up.
Jake Pike's been kicking it in right field. Clayton Reeves had a good play. I mean, it's been a good baseball game. It's 1-0 DuQuoin to fourth. Is what you want.
Ooh, and that's gonna.
Oh, we got to have that
away.
Get up early. Come on now.
2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Nobody aboard here for Flota in the bottom half of the fourth. I know he's on the roster of that Lions Club All-Star game tonight. He'll foul it off just behind us, and it's good one.
Can he call the right side of the plate? Foul balls galore. If it was like back in the day at the fast pitch tournaments in Raynham, kids would be making money here left and right.
Fast pitch tournaments in Raynham.
You didn't know
have
that?
been called. I've heard of them.
Oh, my goodness.
2-1 misses outside.
That was
3-1.
secondary income for people my age in single digits. And
They really pay you?
Oh, yes.
Do I ask how they would pay?
Quarter ball.
Oh, I got you.
You'd run around, run through the street.
You meant that highway. This is 3-1, smacked up the middle, but a good dive by Mercer. Picks up, fires across, and a stretch by Czerwinski that he will field tomorrow at 6-3.
I'm not sure he hung on to the bag. I think the toe came off. The umpire on the base called him out. But, yeah, when Raynham had their fast pitch tournament back Memorial Day weekend, back moons ago, they would play like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You get there for kids like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's like secondary income. You get quarter for a ball. Use those quarters to get concession stand stuff, man. Come on.
I was worried they might pay with other things. As
no,
on his way up for 2 outs.
If you could see over the rail back in the day, you could. Nothing. You waited for extracurricular activities to happen across the street at church parking lot, then you'd stick in the line.
Oh, goodness. Nothing to one to count here on Pike, and he will send one just foul down the right field line.
You've heard about those.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there used to be some teams coming in from...
I'm half watching the game.
Ike had a great team. Ike Auto Parts had a team. There's teams from Springfield, Effingham come in. Belleville, some phenomenal fast pitch.
0-2. It's going to go high and away to the left-hander Pike, and it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Good time.
We'll
get back to the game.
Yeah, there's a game in front of us. Yeah. 2 outs, apparently. Nobody on for the Rams as Pike will reach out to the foul down the third base side. So a 1-2 count it remains. 2 gone. Bottom of the fourth inning, DuQuoin on top 1-0 in what has been a pretty good game thus far. Outside that lone blemish for the Rams back at the top of the second in which DuQuoin scored their lone run, it's really been a pretty good day. We don't hear it used enough in the baseball world. 1-2 coming. He'll chase after with a tomahawk swing and send it into the center. Or Youngman will back up and make the grab. So 1-2-3 go the Rams here in the fourth through 4. It's 1-0 DuQuoin. This is Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
More Americans are on a move today than ever before. One of the most popular modes of transportation is the motorcycle. Motorcycles take us to our jobs, school, to the beach, and all around the country. If you're a bike rider, your Pekin Insurance Agency, Page Insurance on Crownview in Mount Vernon, wants to make sure you have the best insurance protection while you're riding. Ask about the money-saving auto cycle discount and the experienced driver discount, too. Call Page Insurance at 242-7000 today about motorcycle insurance from Pekin Insurance.
I'm Michael Stack with a look at your next NextRad weather, rather cloudy for this afternoon with a high 54. Mostly cloudy this evening. Tonight's low 37. Partly to mostly cloudy skies on your Saturday, high 62. Nice and pleasant with mainly sunny skies Sunday, the high 60. Much colder for your Monday with rain mixing in with some snow, the high 39. Sunny and warmer Tuesday, high 49. NextRad weather from WMIX, Mount Vernon, Illinois.
Back to Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
Welcome back to Mount Vernon Rams Baseball. Community First Bank of the Heartland. See Joanne Joy for a residential loan at Community First Bank. Find out more at countfirstbank.net. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Remember, FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Top of the fifth we go. Top of the order now for DuQuoin, Mansker, Fred, and Boss. Here in the Indians half. Here comes the first pitch from Thomas. Out for another inning of work. The lefty fires it high and away, and it's 1-0.
70 pitches, that's 71. He could probably go an inning or two more, possibly, depending on how quickly he gets out of these innings coming up.
1-0 coming. That's going to be a high fastball swing and a miss. Thomas, of course, pitched a day of relief back on Wednesday. Out, not 2 strikeouts.
I'd say he gets one more inning in, and then here comes the bullpen action. You see some people scattering in the Rams dugout towards the bullpen.
Wait and see this 1-1 in the dirt. 2-1 down to Mansker. He's 1 for 2 today. Single back in the first.
A lot of games. Doubleheader tomorrow. Then you got games, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Something along those lines.
You got to get some people to throw.
Game Friday? Oh, yeah, Beverly East. 2-1 becomes 3-1.
That was your Good Friday matchup last year.
Yes, it was. We had
Joe's Crab Shack.
Yeah, we did.
Fish.
Ate like a boss.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, he is in the hole now in this top half of the fifth.
So was Joe that day.
Ooh, nice pitch on the 3-1 across the pitch full count.
Interesting that Mansker showed slash. Got that bat out there with a 3-1 count. Usually that's a 3-0, 2-0 kind of thing.
If you go with me to Belleville West, I've already got the food planned out as the full count's going to be felt.
There'll be a fillet of chicks.
You betcha.
Yeah, boy.
Serious? You like that?
Oh, that's good stuff.
Awesome.
That's O'Fallon Friday night
Yeah, I
football
was going
game.
to say, you have to know. I've seen by
go
now.
through bunches of chickens.
Well, there are other reasons behind that. As the full count's coming, that's going to be a ground ball to short. Some trouble, rare trouble by Matthew Williams, and an E6 will allow the runner to get forward.
Got to him quick, laid back on a little bit, and it played him more than he played it, and that's why the error. Wow, I've seen chickens scatter in counties knowing you're coming to eat that Chick-fil-A.
Usually just in the south.
Now the problem, let's get a ground ball double play here and wipe this run out. That's the option here of the fifth. Tough play. Tim Holloway's walking his way out to the mound. Not sure who's warming up. That it might be Thomas Leverett.
Look out the goggles.
I think it is. I think it's on top of the hat. So I'm figuring that eliminates
goggles. Those things. To help you see from long distances. Binoculars.
I got a range finder, but I don't have it with me.
It's awkward to go down with my right hand. So we'll have a break in the action presented by the Medicine Shop, where customer service is their top priority. See Dr. Eric Black, the staff, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski on WMIX, Mount Vernon, Marion, Peoria. A free service from Withers Broadcasting. As it's 27 minutes past the 5 o'clock hour for those of you listening to your radio or here in the Central Time Zone. As Rick Harrison restores order, breaks up the conference, and here we go.
Order to restore. Let's break up the meeting. Inner's calling. 1-0 game. This has just been a great high school game. This is something you don't see very often.
Here we are in the top of the fifth inning. 1 on and nobody out for the Indians. Fred, the pitcher, will stand in. Shows spot, lays it down third base side. Harrison will slip with it, try to pick it up and fire across, not in time. The lead runner will head to third base, and it'll be runners for corners as he takes out Landon Thomas. He hopes Landon's okay.
Yeah, tell you what, that's a great job. You get a runner at first, you're trying to scratch out runs. You get a bunt down the line, mishandled, you throw it in first, and that runner was going first to third on that down all the way. You see some softball teams do that. Very aggressive baseball teams will do that as well.
Incredible.
Man, feeling right now for Mount Vernon cost some issues here. First and third, nobody out. DuQuoin plays small ball here.
We're going to have,
what we got here? I see Coach McClure down there.
We're going to have another visit this break in the action. This presented by the Medicine Shop, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Don't forget about TNS Mobility and Rehab, TMS.
This is a visit to the mound to let whoever it is down in the bullpen get some extra pitches in. And then Coach Holloway's going to try to extend this. And he's looking, he's talking, and they're getting more pitches in the bullpen, about 5 extra now since he got out there. No hat wave, and there it is. Yep.
Thomas is likely going to end up back in center field. Can't take him out of the lineup totally. The 1-0 ball game. We are in the 5th inning, top half of it. DuQuoin threatening with runners at the corners and nobody out. And I'm guessing the new Ram pitcher will probably be Thomas Weber if I had to.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me down there.
He's pitched effectively.
Yes,
really
he has.
pitched,
I got the line here. 4 innings pitched, 5 hits, 1 run. It was earned. No walks, 5 strikeouts. Very efficient there. And Landon Thomas can only be the loser, even though the runs out there on base are unearned at this point. He's still on the hook right now.
So it doesn't impact the ERA as badly, but still keep the book open at this point.
In the Reeves spot, correct?
Yeah. All right, there we go.
Warm-up's coming, and we'll play on here. 1-0, top of the 5th.
Of course, get your credit approved over the phone at Second Chance Auto without even leaving home. Just pick up the phone and dial 244-4582. Cars, trucks, SUVs, vans. The largest selection in one location is at Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East in Mount Vernon.
Weber goes to Bradford's spot. Bradford checks out of the game as Reeves will go from the center to the left, and Landon Thomas will go from the dirt to center field.
Well, there we go. But it's settled at least.
It is settled. The thing is, the defense has been shoddy here in the inning. Couple of botched plays.
Hiccup's coming.
I don't know what that means. That Mount Vernon has...
Why is that hurt so bad?
I don't know. What are you hurting?
Well, I can't say. Oh, the keys in my back pocket.
There you go.
That makes sense.
Got to watch injuries around here. I had one the other day, minimal.
Ooh, that hurt like crazy. Yeah.
But it's one of those you got to bear down here. DuQuoin's played a little small ball, first and third, nobody out. Have to be aware here, too, now. Now, after the couple errors, at the meeting on the mound, you're going to have a new pitcher warming up. This is where, as Mount Vernon on defense, you have to be aware of things right now. This is the time to either try a forced walk, maybe a little bunt and run, something to keep the defense, they're feeling sorry for themselves, try to keep the defense off guard.
1-0 Indians on top. Their lone run thus far came in the second inning, but here we are in the top of the 5th with 2 on and nobody out, and Nate Voss will stand in. 1 for 2 today, singled back in the first, but popped up in foul territory to the first baseman, Metter, I believe. Well, he bunted out to Metter. Either way, Metter made the play back in the third. So Voss, the right-hander, will stand in with runners at the corners. A 1-0 ball game, an RBI chance here and a chance to extend this lead as Weber will face his first batter. Out of the stretch he comes, fastball inside, it's a jam. And that'll be a misplay at third base and allows the run to score. So 3 errors in the inning on the Rams, uncharacteristically, allows DuQuoin a 2-0 lead.
Whipped it right in the glove, had the glove down, just came down, he had his glove stuck out, and instead of the ball hitting in that webbing, hit him in the hand, and at the top of the mitt, squared through his legs. I mean, it was just one of those things.
So 2-0 ball game, DuQuoin on top here in the 5th as they add another. Camden Youngman, who's 1 for 2, will stand in. Pitches on the way, swings through a good fastball that time, and it's no balls and a strike. Youngman, of course, had that double back to third, but was later stranded.
2 runs, and DuQuoin doesn't have a hit yet. Or 1 run this inning, 2 total.
So Weber, the righty, will fire another fastball. Good stop by Young as that kind of got away. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike to Youngman. Red Lake College play of the game will come your way after this one. Red Lake College offers over 100 degree and certificate programs for thousands less. Log on to rlc.edu to see how you can save thousands. 1-1 the count on Youngman, 2 on, nobody out, top 5. A 2-0 Indian lead, and he'll get a piece of this in the second. Is there a chance for 2? Bono will tag the runner for 1, fires over the first in time on a 4-3 double play. Put 2 outs to the board.
Gosh, the pitcher's best friend. They needed that at Mount Vernon. Now Weber got that ground ball, induced that ground ball, and Chapman up. Backwards K fly out to right. Boy, did Mount Vernon need that. Somebody to step up, make the play, and the senior Trevor floated it out at second base.
I've learned that Colin Young and Nate Voss have been summer teammates for many years.
Yeah. Saw some people mingling behind us here from different towns. Thought maybe something's up there.
Fastball's going to get away on a wild pitch. Coming around to score is the pitcher, Fred. It's 3-0 DuQuoin. Both runs, of course, unearned, belonging to the pitcher, Thomas.
DuQuoin has 3 runs, and 2 of them of the unearned variety this inning.
Unbelievable.
Umpire lucky to get out of the way of that one. Got quick feet, a lot quicker than I thought he had.
So 4 runs on the season will go against Landon Thomas, and only 1 of them is earned.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. The 1-0, we fouled back. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Chapman, the catcher's 0 for 2 today. Flew out to right his last time up, struck out back in the first. 1-1 is the count. Yeah, I guess if you're looking for the silver lining, Bases are empty with 2 outs, so a 3-0 ball game here in the 5th. Fastball this time, chopped to third. It's going to be a slow roller, picked up. Tough play, and that's going to be an infield single, I think.
Yep, he beat it out. There's no doubt on tough play. Swinging bunt down the line, and Sawyer Harrison did everything he could with it. Right now, it's just a matter of this game is a game of inches, and right now all the inches are adding up to a 3-0 deficit for Mount Vernon.
Well, 3 runs on 6 hits for the Indians. We're in the 5th inning. Speaking of 5 Jefferson County locations. Friends and neighbors on staff will understand your needs. Community First Bank keeps it simple. Welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC, as we will see Camden Mercer stand in, 1 for 2. Singleton scored back in the 2nd, but struck out in the 4th. He bats again here in the 5th. The runner on first and 2 outs, a 3-0 ball game, sees the Indians on top and trying to continue this inning. There you go. The DuQuoin dugout is coming alive. This will be inside on the first pitch, belt high to Mercer.
Well, they're excited here. They got a couple of runs playing small ball. Mount Vernon's not been able to handle the ball, and DuQuoin's up 3-0. That's a big feather in their hat to beat a bigger school in Mount Vernon.
No doubt about that. 1-0 comes. Going to miss high, 2 balls, no strikes. Do we make any trips to Breeze this year? Central comes here. Modern Day. We go to Modern Day. Yeah. Hey, there we go.
Hello.
Hi.
Wally. Wally's will be rocking that night.
2-0 the count. Here we go. It's going to catch the outside corner. I know this guy's spiky. It's 2 balls and a strike.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's all we do in the schedule.
So I play every road trip. Explains a lot. We wait for 2-1 for Thomas Weber. It comes, and that's going to be poked right up the middle for a base hit. It'll be first and second now for the Indians with 2 outs. Yikes.
Yeah. The Indian team is a good little crew.
Rams beat the Indians, of course, 7-6 in 8 innings last year. I believe it was Colin Young that came in to score the go-ahead run in the top of the 8th inning. On an RBI single, I think, from Williams. Game in which I believe the Rams had to come back to even be in it. Maybe they can do the same thing again here in 2013 as the first pitch to Dorsey's going to be low and away. The right-hander's ahead here. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 on, 2 outs. Top of the 5th inning, a 3-0 ball game. As the Indians are trying to take control. Thomas Weber in on relief. Fastball coming. That's going to be a foul tip. 1 ball, 1 strike now.
Triad Baseball got a win over the Lakes today, 3-1. Not sure which of the Great Lakes they played, but they won 3-1.
Triad, always a salty team. Have a handful of sectionals under their belt over the past few seasons. We saw one in 2010. 1-1 coming to Dorsey. Outside, just misses off. 2-1. WMIX Sports Mobile Studios are driven by Ford Square, 1501 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Of course, online at FordSquare.com. Brady Newman broadcasted live from there today from 10 to noon on the FM. A joyous occasion on Solis. It quickly becomes 3-1 to Dorsey. He walked his last time.
Weber keeps his head and out. Get out of this inning. Limits the damage to a couple of runs.
2 on and 2 out. The Indians trying to keep this inning going. Up 3-0. The next one's on the way. Good pitch on the outside corner by Weber. Full count, 3-2. Rams in the bottom half of the 5th. We'll send up the bottom of the order. It'll be Reeves, Weber, and Harrison. Full count. Need an out pitch here from Weber. Pitch is on the way. Swung and a miss, and there you go. Asking he shall receive. We head to the home half of the 5th. DuQuoin plays 2 more. It's 3-0 Indians. This is Mount Vernon Baseball presented by Community First Bank.
Hi, I'm Bria Ashby with Community First Bank. It's always my goal to make the transition to Community First Bank as easy as possible for our customers. Our handy switch kit helps in doing just that. Whether it's direct deposit, auto transfers, or online banking, I'm here to help. Come see me at our 42nd Street location to open your account today and let me remind you how banking should be. Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It's back. Ren Lake College Golf Outlet's Super Demo Day on Saturday, April 6th. Major manufacturers' reps will be on hand to answer any questions about your favorite equipment, plus free balls and fittings. You can test the best golf equipment in the industry. Plus, RLC has outrageous sales all day on the most popular names in clubs, balls, bags, and swag. Come test the latest and greatest equipment and enjoy free hot dogs and soft drinks at Super Demo Day. One day only, Saturday, April 6th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Ren Lake College Golf Outlet off Potomac Boulevard in Mount Vernon. Find us on Facebook under WMIX Sports. Back to the Rams on WMIX.
And we welcome you back to Brennan Klein Memorial Field on what is apparently the Paxton Guy Radio Network. Chris Hugo and Danny Czerwinski alongside. Old half of the fifth we go. It'll be Clayton Reeves to get us started, followed by Pat Bradford and Sawyer Harrison. Pitcher on the bump remains Fred for DuQuoin. Fires one low, and it's going to be 1-0 here to Clayton.
It looks like a scout out in the parking lot. Team over there by that green.
No.
It looks like a scout.
I got you. This is going to be sent to the center for a ride, but not enough of a lift, and Youngman will make the grab.
Kind of watching. He's kind of hiding out back there. Oh, he's talking to somebody.
Oh, well, there you go.
Clayton Reeves had, again, Mount Vernon hitting the ball. It's just not dropping. It's finding leather today.
Good hit.
This didn't drop.
Of course, the last check in softball action, Centralia led Oakville middle of the fifth, 2-1.
I have Woodlawn Baseball leading Oakville 3-1 at the end of 4.
There we go. Bradford's first pitch. Wow. Be a comebacker right to the pitcher. Fred walks off the mound, throws over to first to Dorsey. 1-3 is your second out. Tony Wilt, glad to help your family with all of their insurance needs. Give his office a call. Find him on the web at TonyWilt.com or look for that white State Farm Jeep around town. So 2 outs now for the Rams, trying to avoid going down 1-2-3 again. As Sawyer Harrison will stand in. Right-hander Fred will come with it. First pitch to Sawyer is going to be low. Ball 1-0. Rams trail 3-0. They gave up 2 runs at the top of the fifth. Hoping to get them back here, but with nobody on at 2 out, it's going to be up to Harrison to get it started. There's a base hit in the left field, and that'll be a 2-out.
There we go. He fisted that one in the outfield. That ball sounded like it came off the handle, off the wrap of the grip. But it goes as a line drive in the box score tomorrow morning. It'll look like a heat-seeking missile. Mount Vernon right now down 3. Tying run on deck. Top of the order here. Time to go.
As Williams will send one back to us here on a foul ball. Didn't hurt us, thankfully.
No, that's why
I'm scared now. It's 0-1.
Every time I look, I make sure it's not in range of hitting anything or anyone. But
All Stars and Stitches. If you can put a logo on it, All Stars and Stitches can probably print it for you. They even do apparel. See Big David All Stars, as they're not going to throw behind the runner Harrison at first base. He's just west of Benton High School, just east of the square. That helps you out on Route 34 there. East Main, as it's affectionately known. All 435-55-55. They do full vehicle wraps as well. 1-1's the count. That's going to just miss. 2-1. Runner on first is Harrison with Williams at the plate on the 2-1. Sends that foul. Look out. That's going to be 2-2. That just missed.
What ditch?
That just missed. I wrote that in the wrong inning. I'm good now. Whoops. Williams a rare 0 for 2 thus far. Trying to get aboard the first time today. Sends a ground ball to second base. Picked up. Boss will fire it to first in time. So 4-3 retires the side through 5. Still 3-0 DuQuoin. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
State Farm, this is Jessica.
Hey, Jessica, Jerry Newman. Does State Farm offer more discounts to more drivers?
Yep, like the good driver discount.
So it's for good, but not great drivers.
No, Jerry. There's also the multi-line discount.
For calling from multiple lines while driving.
You should never use a phone while driving.
I only make calls from my car when I'm stuck in a ditch or something.
Are you in a ditch?
Yes, I am.
State Farm offers more discounts to more drivers than any other insurance company. Get to a better state.
One more reason to call State Farm agent Tony Wilton Mount Vernon at 242-1421.
Your spine is a miracle of engineering, so when pain strikes, your body is telling you to get help fast. The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois is proud to feature their spine care team. And when there are back problems, pain is always a constant companion. The Orthopedic Center also specializes in pain management, so put our spine care team on the job. Find out more online at orthocenter-si.com. Stop the pain, fix the problem, and enjoy life again. The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. This is Mount Vernon Rams Baseball on WMIX and WMIXsports.com.
And we welcome you back. WMIX, WMIXsports.com. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. New pitcher will be Trevor Flota. Comes on here in relief in the 6th. It's a 3-0 ball game, and of course, Hayden Peninsky will come in at second base for the Rams. He'll get a couple extra warm-ups, as both will. For the Indians, barring the lineup changers, it'll be Spencer, O'Rourke, and Mansker here in the 6th. Indians on top 3-0.
Loud and clear in Williamson County. Okay, here's your team's in.
The old bucket hat.
Yeah.
Good friend of ours. Played many a holes of golf with the bucket. And haven't played in 5 years. That's the way life goes sometimes.
I haven't played in 3 hours.
So Jonas Spencer will left field stand in. He had an RBI back at the second, flew out to center his last time up. Indians on top 3-0. Photo will fire a fastball first pitch, ground ball to Peninsky. Always finds the new man in the game, and 4-3 is your first out.
Out of the inning. He's in.
So, familiar faces, new places. Community First Bank continues to expand. 5 Jefferson County locations, more than anyone else. Welcome back to Personal Banking, member FDIC. 1 out. Here in the 6th, DuQuoin on top 3-0. Foul back on the first pitch seen by O'Rourke.
Oh, no.
Did it get our friend?
Our friend, it got the bottom side, maybe muffler exhaust.
He's all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing he can't handle.
You hope.
As the 0-1.
It was a glancing blow off the muffler system underneath. It'd be okay.
Better that than some of the others. As the 1-1 coming. Oh, it's going back that way. It's 1-2.
Yes.
Won't have the distance.
No distance.
Good grief. The WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, oddly enough, are driven by Ford Square, 1501 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Check out the 2013 F-150 as the 1-2 is swung on a miss.
Maybe.
2 away.
Trevor Floated coming in, throwing strike. Need him to throw well. Weather's going to hold out pretty nicely next week. You can see the Rams getting several games in next week.
Of course, we have Lady Rams softball on Monday weather permitting at Waltonville. Looking forward to making our radio debut of softball action this season. Of course, they haven't been able to play a whole lot. I know just from our coverage, we've already lost 3. 1-0's the count now on Mansker. Of course, he's had a pretty effective day at the plate. Reached on an error and scored his last time.
I can hopefully save you one day in April.
Do what?
I can hopefully help you out in April.
Pretty good discuss plan. Thank you. Fouled off 2-1.
You know, when you go west and I stay home.
Oh, yeah. Look forward to that.
Team player, man.
Try to go to GCS. That's pretty posh concession stand over there.
I'm trying to be a team player.
I feel you, dog. We're good. 2-1 coming. That's going to be fouled back. Look out. 2-2.
Trevor Flota is, as soon as he gets that baseball, he's ready to go.
Oh, yeah. It's one of my favorites. About Sarah Stanley and Cut Financial, one of our Rams booster sponsors. What you don't know or understand about your existing policies can end up hurting you and your family. With the right help from Country Financial, Trevor Flota fires. 2-2. It's going to be a ground ball. The second, Peninsky picks up, fires in time. 4-3 will retire the side. So 1-2-3 go the Indians with the 6th. We'll say about Sarah when we come back. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Southern Illinois now has a better home for sports. It's the all-new WMIXsports.com. Jam-packed with local scores, video highlights, and archives of every local sports broadcast on WMIX. Did your team win? Missed that game-winning shot last night? Didn't catch your favorite coach on the Saturday sports show? WMIXsports.com is right at your fingertips. On your computer, your smartphone, your tablet, or your video game console. It's the all-new WMIXsports.com. Another free service from Withers Broadcasting.
With 2 new hospitals, trusted physicians, and dedicated staff, it's clear that our local healthcare industry is helping to make our community stronger every day. Hi, I'm Terry Prosize, a commercial lender and healthcare banking specialist at Community First Bank. I'm putting over 20 years of healthcare and business experience to work for our medical community and local businesses. Whether you have an expanding physician practice, an existing business, or hoping to start a new business, I have the financial prescription for you.
Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dixon, Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Listen to us from any device at WMIXsports.com. This is Rams Baseball on WMIX.
Let's see. Bottom of the 6th we go. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside Holly Carroll back at our Mount Vernon studio. We're here at Brendan Klein Memorial Field. Of course, we don't know or understand about your existing policies can end up hurting you and your family. With the right help from Country Financial, most any family can achieve financial security. To help a plan to meet your goals is your Country Financial rep at Mount Vernon, Sarah Staley, one of our Rams boosters. 2 start us off with the 6th. Us being the broadcast team, it'll be Thomas, Young, and Metter. As we're very aware of
top of the order for Mount Vernon. They have to make their move now.
Here at the bottom of the sixth, they do, trailing 3-0. No runs on 3 hits thus far for the Rams. And that, wow, it's going to catch the outside corner. 0-1 to Thomas. Brad's been very effective today for the Indians. Next one's going to be inside. That'll turn Mr. Thomas in. Count will even up. 1 ball and 1 strike. See what else I got to get you. Some more info to pass along here. As it's going to quickly go outside to the left-hander. 2 balls, 1 strike down to Landon. It'd be a tough loss to take on a day like this. 2-1 coming. Gets a piece of it, sends it foul when you're raising the hospital, raising the bar over there. It'll be a good day. Good Friday. What? Oh, I thought you had issues. Poo-pooing mine. No, not at all. No, I had hiccup or belch or something. I had that earlier. I've had it all day. 2-2 coming inside, and that'll be a strikeout. I think the reason I've had that today is I've drank a little too much water today. That'll happen. Sweet tea. That'll bring up Colin Young with 1 out. The base is empty here in the 6th. 3-0 ball game. Medical segment brought to you by. I should have died Dr. Pepper Day. That's about all I'm living on. Vernon needs to hit. Oh. 3-0 your score as Young takes the first pitch in the dirt. Rams trailing here. Trying to come alive. And, of course, get your credit approved over the phone at Second Chance Auto without even leaving home. Just pick up the phone and dial 244-4582. No fancy sales gimmicks, just honest deals at Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. And just balls in the dirt. 2-0 now. Colin Young. Either 2-0. That is going to be a ground ball. Seats its way through the left side of the infield, and Young will get aboard with the base hit. There we go. Allen is now 1 for 2 today. He walked his first time up, and that'll bring up Colton Metter. 4th hit for the Rams. Got a look here. Mount Vernon has not gotten anybody past second base. That was way back in the 2nd inning. Trevor Flota got there on the single and the error throw, so he is the only one who's made second base for Mount Vernon today. Yes, sir. Tyler Ellis is courtesy runner. Of course, yesterday they replaced the bases after 4 innings. There's so many people running around on them. That's a lot of time called, so Fred can tie his shoe. Coach McClure at first has to tell Tyler, say, hey, when you get that other bag up there, make a left. Go towards that big tall guy, third base coaching spot. Adam, not really doesn't look like Adam done anymore. No, he's slimmed down quite a bit. Get out here and work on the field all day. We'll have 3 months, we'll do that to you. 1 out, a runner aboard for the Rams in the home half of the 6th. As Metter gets a piece of it, sends it foul on the first base side. Dorsey's been effective in foul territory today, and he will make a 2-handed grab. That's why you use 2 hands, kids, right there. That ball was coming out if he hadn't. 2 away now. What's really cool is when you see a pop up on the infield go here and you got to follow it through this heading. We talk about being mesmerized for seconds. There you go. Gosh, always in life. Easy to please as Trevor Flota will stand in. For the runner on first, he is the only Ram that's made it to second base today. Played second base earlier, too. That kind of helps his cause. Runner on, here goes, and it's going to miss outside. 1 ball and no strikes to T-Flow. Mr. Fred has been efficient today. I've been very impressed with his effort out there on the bump. They're going to check on the runner first. I think Mr. Ellis is going anywhere down 3. I can't fathom he is. Can't believe it. Scores to report from around the area. The Annings beat Oakville today 5-2. Woodlawn leads Oakville 3-2 in the 5th in baseball. They check the runner first 1 more time. Scoreboard update powered by Tony Wilt, State Farm Insurance. For all of your insurance financial service needs, see Tony. He's on the corner of 42nd South Watertower, Mount Vernon, online at TonyWilt.com. Or look for the white State Farm Jeep around town and get to a better state. Runner on first. Here comes the 1-0. Oh, hum, a ground ball to third. Mansker fires across to Dorsey, and 5-3 over to the side. Rams stranded runner here in the 6th. We're through 6. It's 3-0 DuQuoin. This is Mount Vernon Baseball from WMIX Sports.
What is good sports talk, really? Around these parts, it's the WMIX Saturday Sports Show. Every Saturday morning after the 8 o'clock news. With a vast assortment of interviews and knowledgeable in-studio discussion. It's the most content-driven local sports show on the radio dial. And it's every Saturday morning after the 8 o'clock news. Only on AM 940 and WMIXSports.com. Where you can listen on your computer, smartphone, or any device. It's all made possible by Crossroads Community Hospital. It's more than a hospital. It's what healthcare should be. It's back. Ren Lake College Golf Outlet's Super Demo Day on Saturday, April 6th. Major manufacturers' reps will be on hand to answer any questions about your favorite equipment, plus free balls and fittings. You can test the best golf equipment in the industry. Plus, RLC has outrageous sales all day on the most popular names in clubs, balls, bags, and swag. Come test the latest and greatest equipment and enjoy free hot dogs and soft drinks at Super Demo Day. One day only, Saturday, April 6th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Ren Lake College Golf Outlet off Potomac Boulevard in Mount Vernon. Back to Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
We're in Klein Memorial Field. That's where we are, the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, powered, driven by King City Chrysler. 1603 Broadway, Hertz rental car location. So if you're trying to get away, need a getaway car, Hertz rental car, perfect place. Right there at King City Chrysler, 1603 Broadway. Of course, you can see the new and pre-owned inventory online at KingCityChrysler.com. For the Indians at the top of the 7th, it'll be Fred, Boss, and Youngman. 3-0, the Indians on top, trying to come away with the win. They are 4-1 on the year. Meanwhile, Rams trying to avoid falling to 7-3 and having their 4-game win streak snapped here. Load out for another inning of work. Here comes the first pitch, fouled back to us, and it's 0-1. Out. Out is right. Need a commercial loan. See Joe David Cummins, Joanne George, Terry Prosite, Community First Bank of the Heartland. 5 Jefferson County locations. Alfred and Woodlawn, Dick, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. It's 1-1 now. It's just misses to Fred. Loda already ready in the 1-1. This is outside.
Dugout banter.
Every time.
Dugout banter.
2 balls and a strike here to Fred. Now he will golf one at his center, but hey, look who's there. Landon Thomas will make the grab. There's your first out of the 7th, right in his track.
Ball hit hard. Mount Vernon can empathize with that right now.
Can, will, have. Veterans Memorial Drive, the foreground of Brennan Klein Memorial Field. First pitch over. Trevor Float doesn't waste time. Boss will take a strike outside. 0-1. Wow. Let's see. Ooh, check swing just misses low, however, on the 0-1. Becomes 1-1 out of Boss. Youngman on deck. We will look for a Ren Lake College player of the game. Ren Lake College offers over 100 degree certificate programs for thousands less. Log on to rlc.edu to see how. The 1-1 is fouled back to our left, and it's going to be 1-2 now to 8 Boss. I assume 8 might be short for Nathan, or it may not be. Really irrelevant, I suppose. The 1-2 is going to drop around in the dirt outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Boss. Youngman on deck here for the Indians. They lead 3-0 in the top of the 7th with 1 on, or 1 out, nobody on. Got that reversed. Ooh, comebacker right up the middle, and that's going to be a 1-out base hit for the Indians. As Boss gets himself aboard for a 3rd time today.
Oh, smoke.
Now we'll bring, heard him called Nathaniel, so he might be a Nathaniel. So it was your own topic of discussion.
We can report Salem beat Waltonville Setzer-Villere 11-0 in 5 games down the road at Waltonville.
Oh, my.
One of the first few games from Waltonville Setzer-Villere this year.
Oh, there we go. Back on the feet up. They'll check on the runner first. He's back. There we go. That's comfy. Over the heaven now. 1 out with the runner on. Runner, of course, is Boss. We'll get a marginal lead off of first base, and that's going to be right square in the back of Camden Youngman. Yeah. So he'll take his base.
Indians threatening again.
The runners on first and second. Now it's Chapman will step into the right batter's box. 1 out. Top of the 7th, a 3-0 ball game. 3 runs on 9 hits for the Indians. No runs on 4 hits with 3 errors for the Rams. Chapman will stand in. Of course, he is 1 for 3 today. Singled back in the 5th. Pitch on the way. He'll swing through. It's 0-1. Good pitch by Flota. We'll have your Schmidt Chevrolet postgame show a little bit later on. The Rams will have a final chance in the bottom half of the 7th.
DuQuoin has left runners on in every inning, but the last one in the 6th. 6 runners so far through 6 innings left on base for the Indians.
2 on and 1 out here in the 7th. Here comes the pitch in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike to Travis Chapman. He, like his counterpart catcher, Colin Young, both catchers received an award from the United States Air Force in the amount of $500 each for high GPAs. Outstanding Student Award, I understand it. As the 1-1 will miss blowing away to the right-hander, 2 balls and a strike. 3-0. The Indians scored once in the second, twice in the fifth. As far as the difference on the 2-1 with 2 aboard and 1 out. Ground ball, good screen by the base runner. Williams will go to second for 1. Throw to first is in time. So a 6-4-3 double play. And we head to the bottom of the 7th. We'll keep it here. 3-0 is your score. The Indians on top, and the Rams will be up to Jake Pike, Clayton Reeves, and Pat Bradford in the bottom half of the 7th. With 5 Jefferson County branches and response to quality service for all of your accounts, Community First Bank would like to be the first to say, welcome back to Personal Banking, member FDIC, and wow, what a game it has been thus far.
Well, Mount Vernon's got to go. Pike, Reeves, and Weber, it looks like.
Well, go time. Everybody has dreams. Yeah, they're going to get any higher.
Right now from Mount Vernon, they're not dreaming of got to dream of some hits and runs right now.
Well, they're going to climb way up. We're going to have to do something here in the bottom half of the 7th. Well, that's what I heard. That's what I hear, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Hanlon?
Rally time for Mount Vernon, down 3. Brendan Fred trying to go for a complete game here for DuQuoin, which would help tremendously with them having a doubleheader tomorrow.
Doubleheader day here at Brendan Klein Memorial Field. They'll take on the East Peoria Raiders out of the mid. Dang it. Lost it.
Mid-6. Mid-state.
Mid-state 6.
Mid-state 6.
There we go.
We're up there with Peorias and the schools of that nature.
Washington
Notre Dame is in that, too.
Pretty good conference in terms of names.
Schools, yeah.
3-0 score here, bottom of the 7th inning.
Same size as Mount Vernon. So.
Hell yeah, but different world up there. 309.
Well, it is. We were up there 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, we were. It was a good time.
I can use those pork chops again, though.
Well, see, I went back, and I had a T-bone. I don't usually do T-bones. You usually get shortchanged. Usually on your filet.
We have to go watch a Bradley baseball game just to make a stop.
Golly, I'm still missing those pork chops. They were good. I had a ribeye the first day. Then I had a prime rib at our good buddy James's. Not that one. As the first pitch to Pike was aimed us off, bounced off third base dugout.
Oh, you went to James's for the ribeye?
No, I had the ribeye the first time. Prime rib. You were there. Oh, you weren't there.
No, I had.
Oh, that's right. The leash was gone.
Yeah.
The 0-1 coming to Pike and he gets started.
Yeah, the leash has gone off of me.
Yeah, right. Yeah. You see where I'm going? No, it's not this.
Yeah, I'm not on.
Reeves and leash, collar. Something like that, too. Reeves and Czerwinski to follow. Here in the last chance 7th for the Rams, they trail 3-0. It's an 0-2 count on Pike as Fred's trying to get the complete game shutout. Pike waits for it. Sends it down the first base line. Fred over there to get it. Dorsey will take the scoop. And what a play. 1-3.
The DuQuoin Indians team will make some noise. Not only in the regular season, but postseason. They're going to be a tough out. Of course, like Harrisburg, a favorite, Southern Illinois in 2A.
Just past the top of the 6 o'clock hour, WMIX Mount Vernon, our free service from Withers Broadcasting. Online at WMIXSports.com. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski. Holly Carroll is back in our Mount Vernon studio. As the wind picks up slightly. 1 out, nobody on for Clayton Reeves. Here comes the pitch. He'll snap. Ooh, right into the glove of the third baseman, Mansker.
He has just laced the ball today and has gotten no love for a hit.
He's hit it hard. It's just been at someone. Sometimes that's the way it goes. Just tip your cap, go back to the dugout, try to do better the next day. It's Abe Czerwinski will bat for the first time today.
And for Brendan Fred to come here and shut out this Rams team has been putting up lots of runs in some games, 11 yesterday. You've got to be really impressed with him.
Been a great effort on the hill, and now it's up to Czerwinski with 2 outs, bottom of the 7th, a 3-0 ball game. Do the Rams have it in them today? Your community, your choice, your bank with 5 locations. The friends and neighbors on staff will understand your needs. ComFirst keeps it simple. Welcome back to Personal Banking. As a 1-0 will scoot high. It's 2 balls, no strikes here. To Abe Czerwinski. Took over for Trevor Float at second base back in the 6th. Here he comes this first at bat. 2-0 is going to miss high, 3-0. The Rams trying to avoid a rare loss today. 7-2 coming in on a 4-game winning streak. And we wait to 3-0 on the hitter's count, and that is going to be the obligatory 3-1. Corey Harrison on deck for the Rams. Last chance, 7th. We're in the bottom half. 3-0 DuQuoin on top. Right down the middle that time, full count. Rams are down to their final strike. Brad trying to get the complete game shutout here, which is 4 hits allowed. Here comes. This is going to be saved and sent foul behind us. Off to the right of our friend. It remains a full count. He'll learn someday. We were braced for it, though.
Actually, wasn't close. I just did it on purpose.
That sounds like you. Ground ball to second. Boss will pick it up to fire over the Dorsey in the 4-3 will retire the Rams. Here on Good Friday. 3-0 is your final as we go all 7. We have your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show coming up. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Welcome back to Personal Banking is more than our tagline at Community First Bank. It's the truth. From our 5 locations in Jefferson County, the debit cards tied to local schools that we offer, the dozens of scholarships we provide to local youth, and even our president who sits at the front door. The Community First Bank difference is apparent. Our mission as Jefferson County's premier community bank is to provide the best customer service around. Stop by one of our 5 locations and experience true personal banking. Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
What do you look for in a full-size pickup? Hi, Roy Schmidt, Ford dealer, Ford Square, Mount Vernon. Here are some hard facts. The 2013 Ford F-150 can tow a heavier trailer and haul more cargo than any of its competitors. And it's engineered and tested to withstand more punishment. The F-150 is built Ford tough to come through with the capability you expect in this full-size pickup from Ford day in and day out. Right now, you can save $4,500 on a 2013 Ford F-150 Crew Cab 4x4 with the new EcoBoost engine when you finance through Ford Motor Credit. That includes 3 payments on us. Come see any of our sales associates today and drive away in a Ford F-Series or any vehicle at Ford Square, Mount Vernon, 1501 Broadway in Mount Vernon, Illinois, or log on to fordsquare.com.
Hi, I'm Elaine. I've been a nurse with Good Samaritan for many, many years. One of the best things about my job is knowing that I work for a hospital that cares so much about the community. We're dedicated to attracting the best physicians and investing in the most advanced medical technologies. Whether it's radiology, oncology, or advanced heart care, we provide some of the nation's most advanced treatment options right here in Southern Illinois. That way patients never have to travel far from their families to receive the care they need. I'm always happy when families come visit, and starting in 2013, that sort of thing will happen even more. That's when Good Samaritan opens our all-new Regional Health Center. Everything about the new center has been designed with patients in mind. It features all private rooms and family-friendly areas that make it easier for visitors to stay overnight. I can't wait to see what Good Samaritan does with this exciting new facility.
Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a hospital, raising the bar.
Southern Illinois now has a better home for sports. It's the all-new WMIXSports.com. Jam-packed with local scores, video highlights, and archives of every local sports broadcast on WMIX. Did your team win? Missed that game-winning shot last night? Didn't catch your favorite coach on the Saturday Sports Show? WMIXSports.com is right at your fingertips. On your computer, your smartphone, your tablet, or your video game console. It's the all-new WMIXSports.com. Another free service from Withers Broadcasting. This is Mount Vernon Rams Baseball on WMIX. The Schmidt Chevrolet postgame show starts now.
And we welcome you back, Brendan Klein Memorial Field. The Rams fall to 7-3 today as DuQuoin improves to 5-1. The Indians beat the Rams here at home 3-0. Brendan Klein Memorial Field will host a doubleheader tomorrow. We're on the air at 10:45 a.m. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski is. The Rams will welcome East Peoria, the Raiders, tomorrow for 2. Of course, we have your Heartland Accounting postgame stats. Get started right. Let Heartland Accounting make your business a success. 3000 Broadway, Suite 2B. That's B as a boy. Heartland Accounting, your small business expert. Let's take a look at the numbers.
It was. DuQuoin had 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, 7 left on base. Mount Vernon had no runs, 4 hits, 3 errors, 5 left on base. Your winning pitcher going to distance today, Brendan Fred. Losing pitcher Landon Thomas in a game that took 1 hour and 39 minutes. DuQuoin beats Mount Vernon 3-0.
There you go, on the air, first pitch at 16:26. We were done by 6:05. There you have it. Quick work today. The DuQuoin Indians, 3-0, your winner. We owe you a Ridley College Player of the Game here in your Schmidt Chevrolet postgame show. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get you that Player of the Game. This is Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
I'm meteorologist Dave Bowers. We'll look at your next rad weather. Partly cloudy tonight, a low 37. For tomorrow, variable cloudiness, just a stray shower later in the afternoon, a high 62. And then mostly cloudy with a couple of showers tomorrow night, a low 47. Now look for Easter Sunday, and the early morning clouds give way to sunshine, a nice afternoon with a high of 60. And Monday, cloudy and much colder, a bit of rain mixed with wet snow, high 39. Next rad weather from WMIX, Mount Vernon, Illinois.
Critics raved about the Wren Lake College Theater's presentation of Into the Woods. Thanks to Mother Nature, you have one more chance to see Into the Woods at the Wren Lake College Theater this Saturday at 7 p.m. Sunday's show is postponed due to the weather, so those tickets will be accepted at the door. If you didn't already have tickets, take a look at The Darker Side of Fairy Tales this Saturday night at 7. Tickets are just $12 at the door, or call the box office at 437-5321, extension 1467.
Follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. Back to the Rams on WMIX.
And we welcome you back, Rams Baseball, WMIX, WMIXSports.com. Schmidt Chevrolet postgame show. 3-0 injured finals. The Indians get a win here on the road. Rams suffer their third loss of the year. They'll try to rebound tomorrow against East Peoria with a double dip on Easter Eve. As we take a look for your Wren Lake College Player of the Game, I'm going to go Trevor Flota. Yeah, purely for the fact he came in 2 innings of relief. Went 1, 2, 3 in the 6th, did hit a batter, but defense behind him really seemed to settle down once Flota was on the hill, and you hate to deprive Landon Thomas such a great effort. He did have quite a few strikeouts out there today in his losing effort, unfortunately. 5 strikeouts, only 1 of the runs was earned, but that 1 run was enough for the Indians to win it. But Trevor Flota is your Player of the Game, in my opinion.
Yep, and you got a quick turnaround. Baseball's one of those you got to leave it at home and forget about it, come back, and Mount Vernon will get that opportunity tomorrow.
There you go. 10:45 a.m. your pregame here on WMIX, WMIXSports.com. Wren Lake College, you can save thousands in your college education. Find out how at rlc.edu. That's going to do it for us today. Back on the air tomorrow at 10:45. Don't forget the Saturday Sports Show, 8:08 till 10 o'clock right here on WMIX. You guessed it, WMIXSports.com. For Danny Czerwinski, for Holly Carroll, back to the studio for everyone at WMIX Sports. On behalf of our sponsors, thank you for listening to Mount Vernon Rams Baseball. I'm Chris Hugo, reminding you of the final score. The DuQuoin Indians 3, the Mount Vernon Rams nothing. So long for Brennan Clyde Field.
Thank you for listening to Mount Vernon Rams Baseball on WMIX and online at WMIXSports.com. Rams Baseball has been presented by the official voice of the Mount Vernon Rams, Community First Bank. Welcome back to Personal Banking. The Mount Vernon Rams on WMIX are also sponsored in part by Wren Lake College. See how you can save thousands on your education at rlc.edu. The Medicine Shop of Mount Vernon, Ford Square and King City Chrysler. You can count on us. State Farm Insurance Agent Tony Wilt. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Second Chance Auto. Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a Hospital. Raising the Bar. Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon. And also by the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Sarah Staley, your country financial agent. Heartland Accounting. And by Central Christian Church. Your home for news, talk, sports, and America's best music, WMIX. Find archived broadcasts of Rams baseball at WMIXSports.com.